to have some fun!
Well, that hurries things up. Light, thank you for the raid. I'm glad to see your internet was back. We're about to start the Vulcan Cup summer 2023 finals for EU. How was your stream? What were you guys casting today? I'm so tired, I don't even know what's going on, and I still have the mop out here for no fucking reason. It was World Team Week. Damn, one day that I could possibly do it, but, you know, KSL takes all the life out of me by the end of it. I'm surprised I'm casting this, but that's sick. I'm so glad your internet's working. Guys, make sure you're following the Cranky Ducklings and Light. Goddamn legend. All right. And thank you, man. I appreciate you doing all that you can to cast every week on the on the KSL too, by the way. Greatly appreciated. And welcome, Tater Tutor. Guys, our first matchup is Moston versus Kinpitch. It's a Protoss versus random match. I don't think I've ever done a random one in yeah, get some sleep, Light, for sure. Like, I barely had any. My cat was waking me up every hour on the hour on already a few hours of sleep, so I could feel that. This is the best of 5, folks, and here we are. Let's hope I get the right cards after. Any day now. Come on, Starcraft. Ah, there we go. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern in the blue. Representing Hasu, it is Kinpitch, a random player getting Terran. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing CSO Esports. Get it for our Protoss player, it is Moston in the yellow. And these guys have player cards, guys. Take a look at this. According to these guys, I don't know these players, I'm not going to lie. The community decided that Vulcan Cup Cabal, if you will, that Moston is 73 on offense and defense. And, you know, you see the rest of it. Kinpitch, more of an aggressive player, but slightly more versatile of a player. Anyway, we have player cards for each. There are two semifinals before we go into the finals of EU 2023. There is a match readout code, and if you guys want to check out the bracket, !B. We'll see what happens from here. All right, Moston not really going to aggress the racks. He knows it's a random player. So that's why he was not exactly right on top of it. I think this is a bit of a bold move going for a high ground. Nonetheless, it should be interesting. Alrighty, and yeah, this is the final. So these guys have been competing all season. Unfortunately, I've not been covering most of it, so we're just getting into it. Welcome, Green Ultralisk. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. It's Concussive Shell Marauder Opener. That doesn't mean anything. It could be 3 racks. It may not be. It could be something extra cheeky from Kinpatch. Moston still keeping that probe alive, trying to get some information. Oh my gosh, is he going to get some more damage? That'd be hilarious if the probe... Oh no. Go for it! Oh, he could have. Actually, this is some huge information. He's going to scout the Concussive Shell Marauder. Should be pretty good. Welcome, Magneth. That's a good scout with the probe. So it's just 1 Marine and a Concussive Shell Marauder. All that's going to be out is a single stalker at that timing. Second one going to go YOLO across the map. Oh no, actually the Adept is here too. So it was just a probe scout. That actually bought him a lot of as much prep as he could, but an Adept and a Stalker should be fine with this. With shield battery finishing right now, yeah, that should be perfect. He can pull a couple workers if need be. Just has to be careful not to tread too far away from the battery. Has bought him some time for some other things. Alright, this is a Stargate opener, by the way, guys. And welcome, Magneth, again, if I didn't say that already. Or if I did say that already. I like the Stargate opener with the Oracle. This is kind of a cheeky build. It is 3 racks. The Oracle is likely to go pretty much uncontested. Considering there's 3 Marauders out. Okay, 4 racks. What is this, madman? What is this madman? Alright, Oracle. He's gonna go out and try to get some damage, but I think it will be a lot. It would be hilarious as if there was 2 Oracles. Thanks for the follow, Keisho. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Well, 4 or 5 workers falling. There's a little push coming out from Terran, though, in the meantime, going out the center of the map. With 3 Marauders, 3 Marines. The trifecta, if you will. But Warp Gate's just finished, and there's only 3 Protoss units otherwise. The Oracle didn't get those 5 workers, but will it be enough? Another probe falls for Austin. Alrighty. Pylon is going down, and Austin's still not going to be supply blocked. They'll be able to get another unit or so out. This Oracle is going to instantly die. Oh no, that's not the play. He probably could have used that even for rev tags, but bringing it back home would be alright. Truthfully, in this situation, yeah, he's got the robo and stuff. It sounds weird. He's got 2 shield batteries. You guys are going to laugh at me for saying this. We got Stim. That's a problem with it. But getting another Oracle, or dare I say it, a Void Ray with its army might not have been a bad idea, considering there's a couple Marauders. But it's mostly Marines now, so it won't... Well, if these Marauders are dealt with, the Marines should fall pretty easy with shield batteries there and Stalkers. Just saying, because of the time. Because he's not going to have an Immortal out anytime soon in the middle of this. Yeah, 2 Stalkers falling, not ideal. There is a Sentry, though. I like that. Segments off the armor. Segments off the army. Doing a pretty good job of keeping things together. Moston is going to hold. Oh, another pylon to go down. Unfortunately for Moston, he is going to lose that. He just got that secured again. Blink has finished, though, and we do have Big Daddy Immortal trying to get out. Batteries are still full of a bunch of energy, but most of these units are on the south side. You can't blink over. And that's just a lot of bio. Big Daddy Immortal about to pop here soon. Probes, well, they're pulled, but not going to be here with the Immortal, too. The batteries don't have... I mean, we do have battery overcharge available, but not enough energy, it looks like. And, well, 14 workers falling for all this. It's not ideal. This is not a 3-base Protoss. If it was a little different of an opener, it probably would have found more value, but I think mistakes were made. The Oracle certainly could have helped. I think after he got his 5 kills, he should have went back the hell home with it. Probably would have been a bit smarter, or at least keeping it in the middle of the map. Because he insta-debated it into a bunch of Marines. Still, Kenpitch is consistently just pumping units over here. He is going to drop a 3rd CC, but it's starting to trade a little less effectively. I don't know about now, though, actually. Now he's starting to get some better trades. He's going to stim on top of this. We'll see what happens here. Alrighty. Moston? I don't know. You fucking Europeans in your names sometimes. I have no fucking clue. Moston? I'm just gonna call him Moisty. Kenpitch and Moisty. Our finalists. He's nice and moisty. Alright, is that better? We have a moist Protoss player. Just to make you all cringe in chat. So, that's my take on his name. I've never been known to be wrong in player names, Kappa. Better? Well, I know you're not cringing, Tater Tutor. Alright, Kenpitch is going for a little Scout Arena. We do have the 3rd CC going down. Protoss player doesn't even have his base completed yet because of all that pressure going on. Trade's obviously in favor of Terran a little. It's not as good as we thought. 41 Marines fell and 8 Marauders in that continuous push, so things are kind of stabilizing out a bit, except for the 1-1 advantage for Terran pretty soon. Basically, we just have extended thermal lance, some stalker sentries, and just 2 Colossi. Not even a 3rd Colossus from Mostin. Moisty boy. Alright. And we shall see what happens. Alrighty. Couple Colossi going out. We got the +1 ground weapons from Mostin, whatever. He's almost 10. That's what his name is. It's almost 10, guys. Alright, if he goes to take this 4th base, he's in for a little surprise there with this little Bioforce hiding. Okay, he's going to have a hallucinated Colossi, which has been coming back into the meta, especially when you have Colossus in the builds. This looks a little more normal, but he was behind. He couldn't really afford it. He's getting that Warp Prism with this, I would imagine. But in the meantime, he's going to be aggressed into his 3rd base. Oh, God, that is not the warping we were looking for. All that Stalker did was buy him time, but there is going to be recall available. And most of these probes are going to fall. 6 SCVs fell. That was it for a Terran player. Looks like Kinpatch is in a pretty good spot here. And we'll see what happens. Alright, now we have a 3rd Colossus. +1 just finishing up for a Protoss player. He does have his Twilight, obviously. And, well, he forgot to get charged. I hate to say it, but that's actually probably... He definitely had enough money to be able to sneak in charge in there at this time, so this is going to be kind of awkward. I mean, that said, he's just now trying to get into it and getting a Templar Archives. Excuse me, guys, got the sneezes. Oof. So I'm muted for a second. Oof. Void the engagement over here. We get some nice Warp Prism micro, but he has to be careful because there's so many Vikings. It's buying him time, and, well, that's GG. Kinpatch is going to take it in game numero uno. You're Kinpatch? You're Kinpinch. Ah. How you guys doing? Who won game 1? Kinpatch is won. Wait, actually, it's a team 2 1. What? What? Let me make sure of this. They quit. That's weird. It said what? That's really strange. Hang on, guys. Yeah, Kinpatch won. Alright. We will be going on to Dragon Scales for game number 2. Okay. Going on to game number 2 of our first series. Let's see if I remember my cards hotkeys here that I had set. And then again, this is a best of 5. Alright, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, representing CSO Esports. Give it up for our yellow Protoss player. It is Mostin. Whatever the fuck. Moisty Boy, and his opponent at the bottom right, representing Hasu. It is Kinpech. He's got Zerg this time in the red. It looks like he is going for... Yes, he is going for a proxy hatch. The old blind 1-2. So moist indeed, Tater Tutor. Indeed. All right, folks. He's going for his pool first. I'm curious to see where he goes with this proxy hatch. He's just trying to hide the drone for now. There's so many different proxy hatches you can do. And this is going to be a double gas opener on the high ground, because this is a random player we're talking about he's against. For a Protoss player. So this could be kind of awkward. Lots of possibilities for this game. Alright, probe is scouting her out here. And this is kind of... What the fuck is this proxy hatch? I'm really confused why it's there, unless he's going Rochi boys, but there's different timings. It's not the proxy hatch I would have gone for if that's the case, but we'll find out. Yeah, it's going to be Roaches. It's not bad. I mean, you could do it right in the third even. I guess I kind of like it because it is... You know, if you went to go check your third on the Protoss's end, you wouldn't necessarily just see it right off the rip. This is a ballsy move for most, and I kind of like it in some regards. He's going to be set up for Roaches, but, well, you kind of blindly got to guess. He is looking around for hatches. And he will scout it. Does find the proxy hatch. Forlings are coming out. The two Adepts going to make it here. Alright. Probe, yeah, Probe's going to live for now. These two Adepts are going to go out. So 6 Lings and Metabolic Boost on the way. We do have the Roach Warren behind this, so this could be a bit of a debate. I like that the Adepts are kind of staying back and guarding. He wants to go and try to get a scout with this Probe. But that said, there's a lot of Lings around. Lings going to... Yeah, he's actually splitting them up. That's actually kind of a cute play out of Kinpech. Alright. It's going to be more Adepts. Now, the Adepts aren't going to do diddly squat against the Roaches. And, well, he's going to find out there's no hatch back home, so he knows it's more aggressive. But aside from that, he's going to see the Roach. Adepts taking some pressure. We do have shield batteries. He knows he needs to get Stalkers out. But is he going to be able to? Alright. The Adepts will be needed for... Well, he's definitely going to need the Adepts for the Zerglings, but... Question is, will he be able to get Stalkers out? I think he's just going to build the one and get Warp Gate. I don't hate this wall off. He's going to build another core because it's going to finish up faster. He might be able to cancel it still with it. The Oracle, I didn't even see that behind it. He did go for an Oracle. It's going to help kill the Ravager and clean up some of these links. Now this is a hold. That was actually a good play. I was just getting a little distracted by our boy Kinpech over here, Mr. Moisty Boy. Leaving us some funny shit. Alright, we'll see what happens. Okay, good. He cancels the Cyber Core. So actually, considering this is a random opener, and oh, second Oracle eats 2 biles. I believe it was 2. That was unlucky. It just formed and immediately got taken down to Kirktown, pretty much. And another Ravager coming, more Speedlings. And old Moisty Boy's trying to get a base, but he's not going to be able to just yet. I don't think he really needs it yet. GG's called. Mostyn holds it. We're going into game 3. And I forgot to pull up their cards, boys and girls. All right. Very, very good stuff. Moving in to game number trace. I literally don't think I've seen a master. It's not Masters. A random player in the Vulcan Cup. In the Vulcan Cup finals. It's pretty cool. Most normal random player. Yeah, pretty textbook random cheeser. It seems like. Mr. Kinpatch. Let's see what he gets this time. Are we going to get a PvP this time? We'll see. No, we are not. We are not. Here we are, folks. We're going on Gressvan for game number 3. All right, spawning in the bottom right corner. In the blue, representing Hasu, it is Kinpatch. Getting Terran again. And his opponent in the upper left, representing CSO, in the yellow, give it up for Moston. Our yellow Protoss player back at it again. He is going for a pylon scout. He's set up again on the high ground. And we'll see. And these guys do have some cards. Look, I even hit the right key. I just got them about 12 minutes ago. 15 minutes ago, most. And I found a way to get it rigged up, at least for this side of it. The finals, I'll figure something out. We will figure something out for the finals. But, yeah. There you go, guys. Player cards for each of these guys. And we'll see what happens here. Oops, wrong thing. Wrong keys. We will have a proxy rack, so it's going to be 2 racks Reaper, maybe, or is it going to be proxy Marauder? That's the question. I think it's going to be proxy Marauder, if I was to guess, but who knows? Who knows? All right, Moston liked Stargate the last game. We'll see if he goes for the same thing. Well, when he played against this Terran, Moston really did not do as well against it. It could be Reapers. We'll see. He's opening with a Reaper. But that doesn't mean diddly yet. Yeah, he's going to go for 2 racks Reaper. Honestly, I think he should have probably went for a proxy racks Marauder. That would be a good debate. At the end of the day, we're just gaming here. But that second Reaper isn't going to be out right in time with the first. It's going to be 2 hitting it at the same time. Our Protoss player has no idea what's coming. It's going to be an Adept. I think it's kind of a bold move when you don't know for sure what your opponent's doing. Yeah, Adept openers can be okay. It's just when it's Reaper racks. Yeah, it's going to be at least 4 with the factory coming down. So almost like it's a TVT here for our Terran player. Well, our random player playing Terran. We'll see what happens. Welcome, Rodin. Alrighty. This is going to be a Stargate opener again, as we all called anyway. It's been mostly done. Bear with me, guys. I'm a little tired from casting KSL last night, too. And cast out OSC the night before on a work week. Going on a few hours of sleep. Most of these days, and my cat woke me up repeatedly when I knew I wouldn't have enough sleep for this. Can't never catch up on it, but you know. Alright, these 4 Reapers are getting the work in, though. 3 workers going, 4 workers falling from Mawson. And he's going to try to save this. Still behind it, we got a tech lab. Going down on the factory. So it is going to be a little aggressive. I don't hate the Stargate. But yeah, this Oracle's coming out. I think you should have just sent the Oracle right across the map myself. Well, just because of the shield batteries. That's so many Reapers, though. Yeah, now there's going to be a Cyclone and Magfield. If you sent it right across the map, you could have got a lot of worker kills. That's my biggest point of contention with what he did. So, in my eyes, a little bit of a bad call. Not horrible. He's going to defend himself still, but it's going to be Magfield, Accelerator, Cyclone, and it looks like it could be Phoenix Colossus. We don't see any Phoenix. Last time was just an Oracle opener. I'm not really a big fan of that often. It really just sets you back on tech. In a lot of cases, just opening Stargate just for 1 Oracle in PvT, nah. You should commit, in my eyes, most of the time. He could go right into, like, Robo Bay, which is kind of what he did last time, but against this, Phoenixes may not be too bad. Because if he's going to rush Colossus, though, this could be a bold move. he's just using the robo to be safe because he's unsure, he's got the Oracle out and definitely has some info, but he doesn't have any. Okay, he does have enough for rev tag. If this Oracle can survive for just a bit, it may actually tip him off that there is mag field accelerator, and it does look like it is going to be a little push. At least these guys got eyes on it. Buys him some time, but that Oracle's almost dead. It's going to be a War Prism first. He's going to go for disruptors. I was going to say against this in a way. It's not okay. It's not a lot of Vikings. He sees the one Viking. We do have Stem researching, a nice stiff supply block for Terran. And a fourth Cyclone, rather. He's just using this for intel, but he does not scout the push just yet. War Prism. That's interesting play. And these Cyclones are going to be damn annoying to deal with. That, my friends, is why usually this would... Had he been building Phoenixes, I think he would have been in a very good spot. Because even with Magfield, yeah, it's annoying. It's only one Viking, right? Some Phoenixes with this. Big Daddy Immortal. The usual stuff. It would have been a little bit better with the Phoenix Colossus opener, I feel like. There's no shield battery here. But at the same time, he's doing surprisingly well. Cyclones are a little flimsy of units as far as getting... Well, they're like kind of glass cannons, if you will, but they do a lot of damage, obviously. Just don't take the damage too well. Not the tankiest of units. All right, nice micro with the Colossus. Oh, he does take a little hull damage, but cleans it all up. So very well done. That said, the two Reapers coming in, getting 9 workers behind this. Forgot to mention that. That's a pretty significant little miss in casting there. Yeah, exactly, Gator. This was not ideal. I really don't understand the Prism from what he scouted. It saved some units, but it feels like he threw some away. Let's take a look at the trades. Yeah, that was not worth, but it mostly because the Reapers were out. But this was kind of a cheeky opener. All right, these SCVs are going down third base. It's going to make its way in there. Oracle finally falls, but does get a nice little rev tag here. It's just stim. Okay, now we're just now going into combat shields. Second Colossi in the way. Some Zealots coming. Twilight Council just now going down. And extended Thermal Lance in the way. Kind of a janky game. That said, we don't see any medevacs in production. They have the 2 and that's it. Another Viking. I don't hate him for... or don't hate him. Don't blame him for the fact that he's going into Vikings, though. You know, it's Colossus 30. It's actually a Protoss time zone. Colossus 30. Standard Protoss time. Just kind of a weird opener out of Austin. I mean, it could be the fact that he's playing against a random player and then going into Terran 2. So he's kind of he's mentally prepared for a what could be pretty universal opener, I guess, but it's nothing you really see that often for many reasons. At the same time, I think he's in better shape than previous game. He's got 4 Colossi. That I do like. There's a Big Daddy Immortal coming with this. Extended Thermal Lance finishing up. He went into Blink before charge. Usually when you're going Colossus first, you're not going to go into Blink as your first Twilight option. So, interesting call. But at the end of the day, I don't hate it, really. Wait, where was that? Was this the 4th Colossus a mistake? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me, chat? Alright, Guardian Shield is activated, but these Colossi are taking a beating. The Vikings and Marauder Heavy Army with 1 remaining Cyclone are going to make short work of this. And, well, GG. Kin Patch won. And that was a pretty strong push. Yeah, I was trying not to say it, but true. That was an absolutely imagined Terran moment, Magnus. Yeah, you're right, Gator, but I'm just saying it's not a very... Literally, he had the tools. I would like to say, as Ghost said, there's nothing we could have done better there, but there's nothing we could have done better there. You know? Gotta go see a mystic. Guys, bear with me. I have to take my medicine, too. I need to actually get some... Need 1 min. I need a minute, guys. Give me just a moment. Hello, Nisho. What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Alright, let's see what's going on. Where is... Moston? Holy moly. We are just baiting here. Oops. I had to check on something on Twitch, and apparently I had stuff. Where's Moston? All right. Oh. We got a game number 4 coming. If Kinpatch takes it, he is taking this spot and will advance to the finals. Moston needs 2 more games to do so otherwise. What up, Slip Jip? And we'll see what happens. All right. So, let's go. And let me get this set up. All right, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Royal Blood. Give it up for our random player spawning as Terran in the blue SCVs. From Hasu, it is Kinpatch. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing CSO Esports. In the yellow, give it up for Moston, our Moisty Boy Protoss player. And yeah, he needs 2 games to win. Comrade. All right. Got a little Scouterino again. This guy is the ballsiest player against random. Some people do that, but it's just not too common. More often than not, hell, even pro Starcraft and cross server, you're going to see a low ground pylon. This guy has balls of steel, though. You got to hand it to Mr. Moisty Boy. Taking a high ground. He's just worried about PvP, I feel like. Even though he seems to be struggling against Terran. If I was to say it, we've not seen a PvP with these guys. If he comes back, I'm calling it Game 5 is going to be a PvP. You ready for that? You ready for that? Alrighty. Jeez, we're starting to see a lot of people go here, you know. I know I barely had any sleep. I've been falling asleep at the wheel most days casting here. Last night especially. When I was doing KSL with Aaron and Neck. That was fun though for sure. But we are getting to a point in time where I think I may be calling him L break 30 from some things. Alright, we got a little mule drop going on. Let's see what happens from here. As it looks to be a 1-1-1, possibly from Kinpatch. You'll see he's been playing a little cheeky each game. No proxy racks this game. This looks to be the most standard TVP on his end of it so far. Just the reactor opener and a marine. You know, pretty standard 1-1-1 opener. He's not going for the Reaper. Not a Reaper fast expand. Doesn't mean it's not standard. And he's a little safer with one marine than nothing, but honestly, probably didn't even need that. Ooh, this one adept though. Possibly gonna get some high value. Yeah, it will. That's gonna be a delay on the CC, and yeah, it looks to be a delay on the bunker. Well, he's not gonna get the information just yet. No intel from the adept. But still, that's pretty good stuff. Smartly micro-run the adept here. Is going to get a bunch of damage on these marines. There's not going to be a medevac out for some time, so that could actually stack, but we'll see what happens here. Stalker coming in means some good hits. The Cyclone's going to probably get some good pickings, though. Still a nice micro from our Terran player, too. Ooh, barely saves the Stalker. Yeah, actually, that took a bunch of hull damage. I was like, I'm not so sure about that recall, but I guess with the shield battery and everything, he could probably deal with a little earlier push if Kinpatch decides to do that. He's going for Magfield accelerators again. Possibly going to go for the same. And this time it's going to be a blink opener. All right, I'm now liking Moston a little better. He's changing it up. He's going 4-gate blink. Actually, it's just 3-gate, but no, he's going for 4-gate blink. Robo on the wall. I call that the Harston wall. Could be a little bit of a problem against Magfield Accelerator Cyclones, but I feel like our Protoss player's in a pretty good spot this game comparatively. Yeah, he's going for the War Prism now. Nice. This is actually pretty good. If this was a tank, I would have preferred tanks for our for our Terran player. At the same time, depending on how Moston plays, we'll see. I know Acheron would be a huge fan of this right now. He's like, all right, he's going 4-gate blink. This is not too shabby. Considering how his Stargate openers did not use Phoenixes, I think he's going to be in a way better shape. Blink has completed. Magfield Accelerator is going to complete. But that being said, this is a time where I have a feeling our boy's going to have some better Warp Prism micro on the Protoss side of things. He's going to blink back. He's got the Prism coming out. As Gator correctly put it, to lure the Cyclone attack. Oh, he's not microing with the Prism, though. He could have actually picked up that injured Stalker and prevented some damage from the Marines. But that said, I like there's an Observer out, too, already. He's got his eyes on things. He's going to be a Viking out, too, for the Prism, mostly. But Prism has taken some damage. Still, Army Supply dead even. He has to be careful with this Prism, though. I wouldn't hate some reinforcements. There is a tank out. Still, oh, the tech is exposed on the low ground for our Terran player. Stim is going to be denied, possibly. Oh, yeah, he kills one of the Cyclones. Going to clean up one of these Marauders. It's a far cry away from being done, but he probably should have target fired it before. Marauder is going to be a bit of an issue, but they don't have combat shields or concussive. The Observer coming in clutch right here. Viking landed. The boys are pulled. And, well, he's just going to blink back for the moment. Still. Yeah, I really wish he was a little bit ballsier. It only took like 2 stalkers, I think, to kill that. Maybe 3 with 1 shot to kill the stim. Still. Decisions, I guess. 13 stalkers fell. Not the cleanest attack there. He's gonna go back. Going into the Robo Bay. Why didn't he just go into charge in this case? Like, it was 100 gas. Bruh, you had the Obviously, we see some tech lab. Oh, well, now he's going to switch it up to a reactor, but still, I personally think charge would have been a good strategery. Yeah, exactly, Gator. How you doing, proud and nasty? What's up, buddy? I just don't understand that. You've already went into a blank opener. Just go into charge, get your Robo Bay at the same time you're getting your Robo Bay, or more or less. You can get the Robo Bay just after. But, like, go for some Prism harass. He cleaned up the Cyclones. There is Vikings, or a Viking. I don't know. You say tomato, I say tomato. I say I'm not the biggest fan of that situation. Some of this was alright, but he's throwing away so many stalkers. That's the bigger issue with kind of even trades. I like that he has a 3rd base this game, though. That's kind of nice. That said, this army supply is pretty good. He has traded enough where when Protoss is on even army supply, that's not too bad. He is going to have charge by the time the attack comes. If he didn't take care of all those units, it would be a different story. But just some mistakes were made. And we got some nice scouter pylons here. Have you heard anything from Angel? Not really. I have not. I dropped her a message a couple times, but I have not. No show on... hasn't been around the Twitch. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, I could hit you up in Discord after, but yeah, it's probably life stuff, I would imagine. You know, just, you all get busy sometimes. Well, Guardian Shield is activated, and see what happens here. Vikings gonna be pretty good in this engagement. What the hell? There's a Zealot just chilling here. So the Zealot can immediately get back to attacking. That's funny as shit. Will it get a couple workers? It will, but concussive shell marauders have made their way back with the medevacs. Army supply in favor of Terran, as it usually is the case in these times now. But are we getting more production? What are we at for gates? 7 gates for Protoss, 1 Robo. And we do have armor and ground weapons coming up here. So I do like the fact that he went into charge, you boys. No upgrades for Terran, mind you, from how the opener went in this game. Medevacs are awkwardly out of position from the bio. Wait, what is he doing? Why are you going for the... What is he doing? Why did he go for the workers? I really don't like this from when you're at, like, match point, potentially, for your opponent. What was that? He just needed to jump on top of this, then he could have went ham on the workers. Now this has just gotten extremely awkward. Vikings are not even being... I don't know what this micro is, guys. All I do know is that War Prism fell, and these Vikings are going to get some free Colossus, it would appear. Medevacs are in trouble, though. What are both these guys? What is going on? 22 workers fell. I don't hate the workers drop, but he threw away 3 Colossus. Ultimately, he is going to win the fight, but still, now there's more bio. He didn't even get the Medevacs there. He lost the War Prism. This is a scrappy damn game. He's got the damage done. Another Colossi coming, another robotics facility, but I think he should... I don't know. Weird shit. I mean, he has a probe here. I wouldn't have hated a proxy pylon going down just to get some Zealot warpins. But just a weird, scrappy game. For game number 3, I like it, but definitely some funny shit. Alright, let's see here. What are we gonna do? We're not gonna hit the Viking. Fine, it's pretty damaged anyway. But still, he threw away a lot of army. Moston actually going to be in a good spot for army right now, though, as everything comes together. Archons are going to be nice with this. The Colossi is going to be scouted, but with these Vikings out, well, he's building more Vikings. The lower count of medevacs is not too bad either. I mean, like, he had a few more, but it's going to be a pretty good comp against this, I feel like. But I would have rather seen some disruptors come after, just because if he's debating out Vikings and there's a lot of Marauder production, especially with concussive shells, that could be pretty good. He's going for more SCVs and he killed the main base. I think actually, as much as I thought it was a little awkward, it certainly was of a fight. He's ahead on Econ. No A move from Protoss. Are we watching a Dave game here with that micro? I mean, it's only something I would do, I thought. Well, comically, the two Marauders almost going to kill 2 Colossi. Hello, hello, David Kim. Kappa. Alright, we're going to get some Zealot micro in. It doesn't matter. 1G is called. Moston's going to take it, taking us to a game 5 in this side of the semifinals. All right, we're going into the game 5. Hey, T-Roy Jenkins. Yo, I didn't mean not to call on you yesterday. I didn't know what we were doing with Erdenak for the whole time. I didn't know if he was staying for the whole night. I was tired. I am tired. It's been a long fucking week. Can't believe I've worked to do this weekend, too, for other things. I really don't want to be volunteered for fucking side work I don't want to do on top of this. Next week I'm taking some days off streaming, finally. I think I at least got to take one during the week. And I'm going to try to cheekily, unless I have some random shit, I'm just going to say fuck it. It's been busy. Do me a favor, smash that follow button. When I get rested up, we'll be back to regular stuff. Anyway, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of altitude. This is game 5. Winner advances to the grand finals. Give it up for Hasu's Kinpatch. Spawning is Protoss. And guys, I called it. The random gods listening. We have a PvP. And his opponent in the upper right, representing CSO Esports, it is Moston, the Moisty boy. It's Moisty Protoss in the yellow. And again, these are their player cards that were made up for them. Pretty funny stuff. I love these player cards, though. Good shit, good shit. Alrighty. Proxy 2-gate from Kinpatch. He's going right for it. Regardless of the race, he's going to see it's Protoss. Do we get gas deals? That is the question. This doesn't appear to be a 2-gate cannon rush. This is proxy 2-gate. Wait, did they? Yeah, they didn't reveal the race to each other, so this is true random. All right, Moston looking for the proxy. I was hoping it was a 2-gate cannon rush, but it's not. It's going to be the little skillless-like play here. Sick player cards, exactly, heaps. The NA ones were a little cool. I'm just saying that was the choice of the players' pictures. Let's be real here. Heaven with the classic Heaven Gorilla. We had Acheron cards and Shiny and Cobblestone. I like Kinpatch's one, though, I will say. I just am saying Moston just has like a Protoss logo. You know, that's all. It's going to be a complete wall off here. The Cyber Core going down just to provide a structure to hold against the first 2 Zealots. He's expecting a 2-gate cannon rush. It's not the case, though. The 2 Adepts are going to be perfect against this. If he forces his core, that's actually huge. All right, that cost Kinpatch a lot of minerals, and now he has to make the decision to kill this or the gate in this case. Moston going for possibly a proxy Stargate, I'm guessing. Kinpatch. Oh, wait, Kinpatch is the random player, so of course he would do this. Our Protoss player now probably feeling at a disadvantage. I really think this is going to be a proxy Stargate. 100% in fact. So it's going to be a misread from our Protoss player over here. His pylon over here is not going to help him. Kinpatch might be in some trouble. Because he's not going to be able to build the shield battery here. He is a random player, mind you. In this. And, 4 zealots. We do have 2 stalkers coming. So actually, on Moston's side, he's got the great call. Come to think of it. The Oracle that he's going to build could potentially be a game winner, a game ender, or at least be most of the way their situation. He even has a probe out on the map, so if he cleans this up, it's going to be 2 gate production gone. We're getting another gate back on the other side. No shield battery, though, and it would be just down on the other side, going into a Twilight Council. It's probably going to be a 4 gate on 2 bases. But that said, the Oracle is on its way out, and that could be devastating to our blue random Protoss player. How you doing, Blood Rain? Welcome, welcome. And, yeah, this is actually going to be a good position for him. The aggressor now being debated. 1 Oracle, getting some good work. Lots of lost mining time. There is a recall force, too. And I'm getting one of the players is lagging out. Oof. 7 workers fawn is pretty good, even though there is a double expand behind this. We have unit. That was an F2 if I ever saw one. Nothing wrong with that sometimes, but in this case, it's a little different. Another Oracle coming from Moston. Moston getting the robotics facility with this. He is going to kill the cybernetics core, and he only has 2 gates, though. I like that he went into a robo as well, though. He's going to have to be aggressive somehow. If he kills all these workers in a hole, then, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. It is Protoss versus Protoss. The 2 Adepts going to come in clutch against these 4 Zealots as well, with all the Stalkers. But ultimately, it is going to be a little problem. Nope, he's going to clean them all up. Again, that's 2 gate production going down for Kinpatch, so that's 100% going to be denied, and he's just going to go right for it. Nope, there you go. You want to kill that pylon. In a way, I wish he left the pylon. It's going to sound crazy, guys, but if he left the pylon, he could try to debate in our gathering the army and kill it on a warping, which would be a lot of lost resources. That said, we had a couple stalkers going in a slow warping, 2 oracles coming. He's got a nexus coming down, and we're not using the robo. I would have liked to seen some robo play here. 3 stalkers guarding the mineral line means he's a little less defensive over here. This is more versus less. A warp prism would be good too, even though he has that proxy pylon. He's making use of it, getting some good trades. He does take a bad fight in the front. Stalker, but still, he's getting a little surrounded. The 1 Adept actually going to help this fight with the probes, but he's taking a bit of a beating on Moston's side. Still, that said, the Oracle's coming behind, getting 7 more workers. It is 30 to 21 workers. I do like that. We do have the Twilight Council just going down for Moston. Kinpitch already has Blink, but again, a lot of his production was lost. He's rebuilt it. That I do like. Big Daddy Immortal would have been a good play from Moston, but he did not do so. Or Moisty Boy. Whatever we're calling him now. Oracle's trying to find more damage, are not going to do so. I wouldn't hate him going to the front, actually, for a bit, dropping the stasis. We even have the Observer here. Now we're going into Big Daddy Immortal. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We have this probe here again. Was he going to build a gate? I don't know. Oh, it's the same probe from earlier. He's just going to let these 2 gateways survive, which could come to bite him in the ass if this does a classic PvP Clown Fiesta turn. But already this game started out a little clowny because it is a random Protoss. Open and all cheesy like, oh, these 2 Adepts are going to be caught. So that's going to be a little less pressure from Moston. And I believe the Stargate will be scouted. Oracle, no, okay, not yet. Army supply in favor of Kinpatch, but he's down in workers. He's got to make something happen. All right, he is bringing a probe up here. And see, this is what I called. All right, he's going to use his observer. Mostyn really should have killed these. Because guess what? He is going to have another proxy to contend with. Still, the observer over here should be able to scout it when it's repowered. But this is the damage that needs to be done. The Oracle's still out threatening the bases, so it's going to be a little less workers, a lot of lost mining time. Yet again, still a couple stalkers going to be able to defend. Nonetheless, army supplies definitely in favor of Mostyn now. He's got Blink on the way. He's got 2 Big Daddy Immortals. And we got some Warpins here. Again, the observer sees this. Only 1 shield battery. Mostyn, what's he doing? Looking for another proxy? He's looking to set up for a 3rd base. Guardian shield going to come in pretty good here. And he is going to try to kill this. If he jumped right on top of it. The 2 stalkers would have finished anyway. But this proxy needs to go down. The observer going to scout the army. Blink is on the way again. So Mostyn could be doing something. All right, he's using this pro for scouting for now. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Oracle finally goes down, but 5 more workers fall, keeping his opponent at... Look at this income advantage. Keeping the opponent at 21 workers. As he postures to take a 3rd base behind this. Bold move, but Blink is now going to complete, and he can aggressively blink forward. I don't hate it in this case. Nice stalker micro from Mostyn. This is looking wild. Welcome, Marco YOLO. And it looks like Kinpatch might be in some trouble here. He's been keeping a good army supply still with this because he is on 2 bases, but at the same time, he's been on like single base amount of workers. That said, 2 adepts going in. This could be a bit of a problem. There's lots of stalkers on this side of the map. The 3rd base is in jeopardy, though. I don't know what Mostyn's doing. He's playing a little defensively, but now not so much. War Prism is probably going to be a point of interest, but the aggressive Blink is going to make things wild from Mostyn. Whatever the fuck. And excuse me, guys. I don't know these guys as well. I think I've seen Kinpatch. I've definitely not seen Mostyn. I do apologize to you guys in the amateur scene, etc. I've been a little busy. We've been more on pro games lately. So I know who I know these days. But it's good to see players that I don't know in these make it to the semis and finals. Star Trek related? No. Vulcan Cup. It was Legion Cup before. Psystorm Gaming picked it up for a while, so it was renamed Vulcan Cup. Because of that, there's been different sponsors, Berserker and Platinum Heroes, over time. So it's changed from what was Legion Cup back in the day. And, well, Big Daddy Immortals helping the fight. Mostyn is going to advance. Good, well played by Kinpatch. So we have somebody advancing to the finals, and we're going to be getting into our next series. It is very well done. So CSO Esports having Mostyn advanced to the finals. Kinpatch playing a little cheeky on the random. We'll see what happens here. And we have... guys, we have Matcherino for this. If anybody wants to contribute, do we have codes? Do we have codes? We do not have codes right now. If anybody wants, if you put a few dollar dues in, we do appreciate toward the prize pool. And let's take a look. We are on to, because I didn't have this open. Sebastus and versus Lord GG. Should have probably put player names in the title, but that takes work when you're tired. Let me do it now. All right, here we go. Going into our first game. Of our next series. Actually, this is kind of cool. We have some different teams that I'm familiar with. What's up, Angelus? How you doing again? This is interesting. It's a weird day when I go on and I don't know teams on these leagues. Meanwhile, I'm a scrub player and I'm more thinking of all the changes in teams and mostly cover. Feels like I mostly cover Asian. I'm mostly covering Korea all the time, or obviously the Americas, but that's regional. But in the past, I was always on top of Europe, pretty well anyway. I'd say I used to be a pretty. Even up to last year, like the last year, this is wild that I have no idea who these teams are. And the team names are pretty funny in one case. Get ready for this shit. I have seen one, I'm following them. It's just, there's, a lot. Asian at heart. Well, it's the Korean scene, We've been putting a lot of effort into keeping the KSL going, And we had that news, so it just kind of... And with work and everything else, it's hard to keep up with absolutely everything. All right, guys. We're going on to game number 1. And yes, these guys have player cards. All right, you ready for this? Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Dress Van in the yellow. Give it up for our Protoss player. It is Sebastus from... Get ready for this. Vengeance Fish is the name of his team. And his opponent at the bottom right, representing Hazard Esports. Oh, I love it. They have it on the logo even. It is Lord GG in the green. And yes, these guys... Oops, wrong thing. Ah, there we go. We have player cards. We do have player cards. Apparently these guys are rated at 72 and 73. Look familiar? That's the same as we saw for the players in the previous games. Pretty wild stuff. PVT again, but this time it actually is a PVT. It's not a random player on the opposing side of the Protoss player, but... So... This is going to be a lot different. It's a Terran main, Lord GG. Well, look at these camera locations. Oh, no, actually, he's just bouncing between 3 camera locations and a... Yeah, no. Alrighty. Probes harassing, getting some work done. We do have a Nexus going down for Sebastus. And he is looking like he's just going for a Nexus before core, actually. Yeah, I'm usually not the biggest fan, but he also did that on a kind of later scout. A Nexus before core against a double gas build's a bold play. We do have a Barracks Factory opener. It could just be a Barracks Factory opener with a little delayed CC. It could be considered aggressive, but realistically, it's kind of a safe play. Oh, nice save on the SEV right there. That was almost a kill. So the probe is going to make its way back. And you basically need a Zealot here. The problem is... Oh, no, never mind. He's going to be okay except for that supply block. The Reaper's out, though. It is going to look around for the probe. That buys him a little bit of time. It's going to be another Stargate opener from Sebastus. People do be liking their Stargate this day. I got faith in my boy. I think he's gonna be doing, saying my boy, but you know, totally the Protoss bias here for a minute coming out. Oh, the cards are still on. Thank you, Magnet. Again, I'm a little Jesus Murphy, little tired, but I did have them at the last second. It's not something I always have. I set them up from the. Luckily, I had the hotkey set from the previous. That wasn't too bad to put them on, but thank you, Magnet. Again, this is game number 1. All right, Reaper's gonna go out, and a nice catch from Sebastis. Lord GG unable to find the value just yet. Nice Reaper micro though, and there is not a cancel on the shade still. He deflects the Reaper for now. And the more important thing I feel like is the scouting. It is gonna be a Widow Mine drop against an Oracle opener. I hope this isn't the same stuff. I was hoping to see some Phoenix Colossus play, but not a bad idea to go for an Oracle. We don't see an Armory here. Again, Barracks Factory opener. So it's not anything super cheeky. Just a 2 Widow Mine drop. The Reaper's still alive. Actually, 3 Widow Mine drop, yeah. Probably the play. So he's a little more committed on this, obviously. Oracle not rushing out. And, no, it's going to be right into a Robo. No Phoenix. Oh, Reaper actually going to get some damage, some lost mining time, and will get... Oh, doesn't get a probe. Nice catch. But will this Widow Mine drop do some very good damage? We are going into Phoenix now. I do like it. So that was pretty good after all. For an Oracle opener, not too bad. The Oracle's going to get some counter harass while the Widow Mine drops out. 1 Phoenix is not going to be enough to do much here. Widow Mine getting 3 workers. We got 2 more. Decent pull from our Protoss player. That's some lost mining time, but still, he immediately gets back. I like that. From Sebastis. Lord GG getting some decent work, but nonetheless, he did take a little bit of damage before. Did he get the Oracle? I believe... No, he didn't. The Oracle is just chilling down here. Lord GG just playing a harass with the factory unit style. And guess what? A Liberator? I don't really like this against the Phoenix Colossus kind of opener. At least that appears to be the play. And that said, the Widow Mine is up. He didn't kill that one. He forgot about it. So 3 more workers fall for our Protoss, bringing it to a total of 8. The medevac certainly going down to Kirktown. And this Liberator is going to make its way back in. Forcing a pull. If he's paying attention, the Phoenixes are here. The Phoenixes are not in position, though. It's a little rough for our Protoss player for the moment. He's rushing. No. Yeah, it's going to take a while for just 2. He's only going into 2 Phoenix. Just now going for Big Daddy Immortal. He's going for a fast 3rd on what appeared to be a Phoenix Colossus opener with a lot of lost mining time. That said, the trades looking pretty good. Let's look at that battle report. Oh, it's only going to show the Liberator at this point in time. Sorry about all the bouncing around, guys. It's just for what's going on here. But 8 probes. Still, he caught a Liberator, 3 Widow Mines, a medevac, 3 SCVs, and that Reaper. So I don't hate that he rushed into... Didn't rush. The Nexus, not so sure about it, but he wants an econ advantage. Still, he's going to need units. He's scouting it out. It's going to be a 3... You know, just a standard 3-1-1 follow-up. Nothing too cheeky out of our Terran player. Now it's getting scarier because the robotics bay is going down, the Forge, the Twilight. The greedy opener might actually pay off. Problem is, he was set up for Hellion, so with a, you know, push follow-up, that could be a little rough. All this production is going to be targeted, presumably. And just 3 Phoenixes, he's going to delay one of the gases. It's a gas-heavy build from Sebastis. The Oracle coming in again, some more worker damage, which he kind of needs. 4 SCVs is not too bad, but the Marines are getting some hull damage finally on the Oracle. We'll see what happens from here as the game goes on. First Colossus coming out. We do have extended thermal lance charge and +1 coming in at the same time, which I kind of don't hate. The Phoenixes are out to catch this. And it looks like we have a bit more of a defensive Terran. The Oracle and the Phoenixes just keeping enough pressure on to keep them back. And we still have Phoenix production. In this case, it's pretty good. No Vikings. And no medevac, so no starport production yet because of the harass, the catches, and the 1-1. Our Terran player's forced to go into upgrades with this, of course. But he is going for the stem combat shield timing and +1 for infantry weapons. 3rd CC delayed. Yeah, these Phoenixes are doing a pretty good job. Considering there's just 3, all those catches before are pretty nice from Protoss. I like the stasis ward in the middle, too. Sebase is doing a pretty good job keeping Lord GG back at home and forcing his attention. It's going to take him a while to get some workers up. He's got more gates coming. He's going double forge. Not really heavy on production, though. He is only on the 3 gates with this kind of how he's playing it out, and is going to be supply block for a moment. That said, a couple more pylons coming in means he's going to be back in. And here comes the push. Unfortunately, this unit, the Marauder in the middle is going to basically reveal the stasis. We're not the stasis he was looking for. Do we get a rev tag? We do. All right, extended thermal lance is not done yet. It will be coming. We got Widow Mines behind this. The rev tag's helpful for these Widow Mines. Only 1 shield battery. The photon cannon's kind of nice. One of the stasis wards dissipates on the side. These Colossus are kind of exposed. I do like that there's some sentries here. Photon cannon actually helping out a bit with these Marauders on the side. Every Marauder that goes down is going to be nice, but the amount of damage dealt to him means extended thermal lance Colossus coming down behind it's going to be helpful. The one Marauder actually able to get some damage on this side, though, on the Colossus, and they did eat some Widow Mine shots. Battery overcharge is going to help out in this fight. And we even have Widow Mines going down. This is going pretty good for a Protoss player, but he did lose the 3 Phoenix. The battle report showing it all. A couple tanks went down behind this, too. So, interesting trades. Battery overcharge saving the day a little, but realistically, it was kind of a scrappy fight for both of them. I think it could have gone a little better. Terran's still taking the lead in army supply, but our Protoss player taking a 4th base, going into a Templar Archives, and has his double upgrades. So the double forge play is going to be nice. I like how the few Phoenix that are out, he's going to build in some more, and that's just to scout the drops. All right, I like this from Protoss, though, too. Is he going to be able to debate the stasis board? This could be huge. He is possibly going to do so. Yeah, no. Well, damn, that was a smart move from Terran. I wasn't expecting a push. I thought for sure he was going for another route. This Nexus needs to survive. Zealots are going to be enough to keep this back. There's more bio in the medevac. And that was actually a pretty well done by our Terran player. Debating him out. I thought for sure he was going for a drop, but it just ended up being a push, taking out the 3rd. Luckily, that 4th base went down for Protoss, so he's not out yet. It's 3 base to 3 base. And the scarier thing, in my eyes, oops, sorry about that, is the fact that it's a double forge Protoss. Terran is going to have continued upgrade synchronization, but it doesn't really matter. It would appear that Sebsadis will have an upgrade lead. Should have an upgrade lead, depending on Chrono Boost right here. But it is pretty even Stevens, which means Protoss is technically ahead in upgrades. Oh, those Widow Mines getting some good value. But it would appear that Lord GG is in a rougher spot. Again, some scrappier trades this game. Another Colossi in production. Behind this, we do have some force field energy available. And Protoss really has to be careful because these Widow Mines underline this. The one Viking going to do some work. But there's just so many units here. All right, nice Colossus Micro from the backwards facing one. The forwards one's taking some damage. And now, I don't know how this is going for Protoss so much. He's losing a lot of his Vikings. He doesn't pull the War Prism back. He's starting to pick off some of the medevacs and stuff, though. Does he target fire the medevacs or no? 24 workers fallen's pretty good, though. And the Zealot, yeah, there was a Zealot run by into the natural behind all this. And there's, well, Oracle behind this still. Does he use the Oracle? He can clean up even more workers. It is now 80 to 32 workers. Our Protoss players certainly in an advantage. So our Terran players got to hope to try to get something done. But he's used a lot of his energy on his medevacs. The Oracle trying to get some more work done. The Viking and the Marines cleaning it up. Still, that was crazy. Let's take a look at the battle report right here. 23 SCVs, 20 Marines, 8 Marauders, 4 Widow Mines for all this Protoss army. Still, I would say that is entirely worth it for Protoss. He did manage to secure his 3rd back again, taking this base as well, and has mustered up some troops. Our Terran player really has to get some work done. 3cc Terran. Is it actually ever dead? That's the question. But we are now approaching even upgrades, which makes the game a little spicier too for this push. That said, Sebsadis did manage to get at least a shield battery up here. This kind of aggression and worker harass and delay, as well as the trades, does put Sebsadis into a good spot, except for this 3rd base being in trouble again. Let's see what happens as the game continues. It is going to be disintegrated, basically. Still, we got disruptors out. Another robotics facility coming. Most of the workers are saved at least, but that's 41 worker saturation right here. Kind of rough for Protoss. Still, he's insanely ahead in some regards, and is going to be going into 3-2 upgrades with disruptors. We don't have ghosts for our Terran player, so the build he went for, I think it's looking scary for Terran. It's like almost a 2-to-1 lead for Protoss and workers. The probes, not long distance. What are they doing? A little bit of a curly shuffle with the probes. Again, Subsidus out of position. This is a nice angle of attack for our Terran player. Oh wait, no, okay, he didn't venture too far. The Zealot kind of helped him a bit too, but the pylon did see the air structures. And this is mostly Zealots. We got some Archons here and stuff. The Disruptor's going to come in helpful, but he doesn't want to lose this Colossus in the fight if he could help it. Still, Disruptors could be enough to clean us up. Beautiful Nova from our Protoss player. That being said, we'll see what happens. Kind of an awkward angle for the Purification Nova to go. Another Zealot run by is going to be devastating for Lord GG, forcing him back. It's enough that he is going to have to go back home from what was lost. Still, 8 SCVs and counting falling. And a lot of lost mining time. I don't know, it's not looking good for Lord GG. I think Lord GG might be more like more GG pretty soon in this game number 1. That doesn't mean he's out. This is the semifinals. Alright. Alright. We are going into +3 ground armor for Protoss. At Dark Shrine, he managed to secure his 4th. Looks like he might be posturing to take a 5th, just in case. Went ahead, stay ahead. He's insanely ahead. But now we got Ghost out for Terran, so we'll see if he can do it. But he is at an upgrade deficit, to say the least. The terrifying Protoss army with balls coming out, and he's got balls of steel coming in with cheeky plays that didn't work out. Still, Lord GG, even with his good catches, was on his back foot for a lot of this game. And I just simply think Subsidus did kind of outplay him here. Yeah, this is... I hate to say it, but it is what it is. The supply don't lie. We should be seeing a GG here. And we do. Subsidus takes game number 1. Let's see what we have for game number 2 for Vengeance Fish. A funny team name, rather. This should be definitely a pretty clean, I would say, between both of them. It was a clean defense from Subsidus. Lord GG, yeah, it's a pretty good timings on stuff. He just got a little unlucky with his Widow Mine drop, etc. It did come in helpful. We'll see what game number 2 brings us. I think it was a pretty good game, and this is going to be a pretty good series as well. Winner goes on to fight Mostin. I call him Moistin now, Mostin. I don't know, nobody corrected me. They laughed at my pronunciation, calling him Austin. You know, I'm always congested, basically. So. Imagine being a nasally caster. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Are you doing any ladder after casting? I'm really tired. I'm gonna check with my girlfriend. I'm gonna take a break for a bit. See what happens and let you know. I've been going non-stop, so depending on what's going on. I'll let you know pretty shortly. Welcome, Judgment. Welcome, Duck Cuddler. Your answer is possibly, but I'll keep you posted. I kind of like to, but I also know I'm going to need a break after this. Or a few, anyway. I think a cheeky 5-10 minute break if I do. Maybe even if just a little bit of ladder. We'll see. We'll see. It's funny, Judgment. You got into Gold League. Congrats. Or are you starting to play Gold League opponents? If not. Alright. Anyway, guys. He is up a point, but that does not mean jack diddly squat. Because this is the semifinal. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern. A man with ball has taken a Nexus first in the previous. Representing Vengeance Fish in the yellow, our Protoss player, it is Sebastus. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Vengeance Hazard Esports. I'm thinking Vengeance Fish. In the green, give it up for Lord GG, our Terran player, who is down a point. It is a best of 5, so again, we'll see what happens. I'll Judgment, that's usually the case for everybody when you get into things as you learn it, and depending on how you play the game. But shit's gonna get more crazy as you go up. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, let's see what happens for both these guys. It's another double gas opener from Lord GG. Different map. Different possibilities for openers. Curious to see what both these guys do this game. Power of Christ compels you. Oh, you play with Sebastus? Interesting. And I never asked you. You must be an Austin Powers fan, I'm guessing. No, yes, maybe so. Dr. Evil in the possessed chair. Who isn't? True. No friend of mine. Or no, any friend of mine, I'm saying. That's what I meant to say. But I like the little spray. Oh my god, spraying the balance in the mineral line. That is some funny shit out of Sebastus. It is going to be a Twilight opener, so a little change up this game. I like that. He's not just going to play Stargate every game. So a little diversity from our Protoss player. Okay, it's going to be Reapers and Hellions this game. But he needs to get some more scouting information. This is a little different. He went for his Cybernetics core first as well, so a little safer play and pretty standard play against Terran. No friend of mine, Sibajan. True. How come Sibajan? Mr. Green was here earlier. Alright, let's see here. We got Warp Gate on the way. It's going to be a pretty fast blink. And, well, the only thing I don't like about this is it's a 1-gate opener. 1-gate openers are so ballsy, especially now on a lot of timing attacks from Terran. And the fact that it's a double gas. He's just not going to have enough here. This could be getting a lot of damage done. We could get a wall, but there's only going to be another Stalker out before Warp Gate. There is the Adept. I do like this wall off, though. So, 2-gate opener, or 1-gate opener into fast blink. The fast blink's nice and all. But you're cutting some corners. The Stalker is going to have to get in position. The shield battery will do so. Oh, but that was a beautiful Reaper grenade. We need some more healing. Alright, Adept going to go into position and the Stalker for Reapers, but everything's still right here. I'm kind of playing blind. That said, Warp Gate did complete at least, so he should be able to get another unit out pretty soon. And behind it, it's going to be a Banshee tank push. Are we going to get Cloak? More than likely, I would imagine, but it's not without the realm of possibility that it'll just be a couple Banshees. He might go into a Raven behind it. Kind of a cool build from Lord GG. Both players doing pretty good. This is actually feeling, you know, considering the levels, some of this is actually feeling a little higher level here. Between both these guys, they're playing really well. I think they're playing really well anyway. The thing is, this could be a little earlier of a Nexus timing, not obviously the fastest one. It's not kind of like the Estrella 2-gate blink where you get a 4-minute Nexus. A 430 is pretty safe, though, and he has that fast blink, like I said. Oh, nice catch on the Hellion. Reaper is going to be able to make its way in, but this was a beautiful cleanup from Sebastus. He's playing very clean. Our Terran player not doing a bad job either, though, but this push, that is a pretty early timing. He's going in with the CVs, too. This is looking like a big Gabriel push here. Mr. Large Gabe. Yes, there is an MMR cap. This is up to like 5.2, 5.3. This is the European side. It's played. We have an Americas and a European side for both these. I covered Americas last week. So this is an MMR cap tournament. The Vulcan Cup. Alright, there's going to be a couple bunkers trying to go down, but there's only the 2 SCVs. The forward position stuff for the Hellions is going to mean less production. We don't have Big Daddy Immortal with it. It's only Blink Stalkers. One of the gates falling is rough. When you open with fewer gates, that leaves you in trouble. No pylon going down behind us, so the shield battery is going to be in trouble from the tanks. And all the bunkers as well going to make this more and more difficult to handle. The, well, yeah, see what I'm saying? Battery overcharge. Not going to be as helpful. That battery's going to go down. The pylon comes down a little too late. But a lot happening pretty quick. And a beautiful timing attack. A Dark Shrine coming down. When behind Dark Shrine, we got Twilight. We got 3 gateways. We do have a 3rd Nexus. So if this is held in any which way, like even if he loses the natural, it's possible he can come back. But he's lost a lot of army supply here. And again, not a lot of gates. More finishing up. Charge finishing up could be good. And he does have a chance to come in from behind. But again, the problem being these bunkers. All right, 3rd base is definitely scouted. And, oof, he's had to use energy here. Recall will not be able to get done, I don't think. We'll see. He doesn't have a lot of army supply. The Blink Stalkers jumping in on top of the tanks out of desperation. Lord GG coming in cheeky in this game. I don't think this is looking good for Protoss. At the same time, this has been so cheeky. It's been not exactly a macro game from our Terran player. We'll see what happens here. It's only 5 Stalkers. It's 14 to 49 army supply. There is a shield battery here. The Dark Shrine completes. Is there a warp in available on any of these? The answer is yes, but the army, it is a supply block for a Protoss player. He has to be careful. There's 3 tanks out, but still, with all of this, oh, he's going to lose a pylon too. Does manage to get a DT out, but guess what? Scan is available. I bet you there's been bank scans behind this too. Our Terran player, maybe, we'll see. But I don't know if there's going to be enough. GG is called. Lord GG is going to take it. And a pretty spicy build. Kind of reminded me of Lord Gabriel. Lord Gabriel. That's what it stands for. Lord. It should be Lord BG. Not for Lord Bad Game, but Lord Big Gabe. That really reminded me of it. Going into game number 3. I'm calling it a break between the finals. Thanks for the follow, Sky. Sorry, it's not that late for Europeans, and it is Saturday. Thank you, Sky. Sorry for the follow. 100% we're calling a break before the grand finals at the least, because Dave needs to catch stuff up. How you doing? Appreciate the follow. We're going on to game number 3. The score is 1-1. And we'll see what happens here. You know what? I forgot something last time. We're not going to this time. And here we are, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood in the yellow. Give it up for Sebastus from Vengeance Fish. And his opponent in the upper right, representing Hazard Esports in the green. Give it up for Lord GG. And here is the player cards. I like Lord GG's picture, actually. That's pretty funny. Sebastus with a cool gray adept, but look at that. Is that a hamster actually in a suit? It's a based hamster? Is that correct? Or is it a scuffed cat that's been smushed? Either way, kind of cool. And there you guys have it. There's the player recommended stats. And I remember to close it this time. Alright, we're gonna get a little Scouterino from Lord GG. Yeah, that is a based hamster. That's what I thought, too. Pretty funny stuff. I like these cards. All right, now the European cards are getting more based here, guys. I was like, I don't know. The NA ones were were pretty goddamn good too. But so far, I only got the 4 cards, so we didn't see other players from Europe. Nonetheless, they're looking pretty good. Whoever made the cards, great job, guys. If it's a team effort, great job, guys. The cards are pretty good. A nice touch to Vulcan Cup. You know, I get a bug Winter. I'm gonna just ask. I'm gonna be like, Winter, bro, can you do me a solid? I want the cards for KSL. I totally would run that shit. I'm sure they're actually around online, but I think that would be a fun touch to other tournaments. But when it's done live instead of on a YouTube video, you know. Guys, do me a favor, ! YouTube. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube. All my events, most of them are on there. I'm waiting on the ones with Aaron and Eck and I last night. I was so tired. I'm as tired as I am now. At least I'm on the waking up trend. So it's a little different than falling asleep. Obviously. But yeah, the probe is going to buy some time to defend against the Reaper at least. But it's a little more delayed of a factory from how everything went this game. And it's going to be a 1-1-1 on one base for now. That's a little different of a situation. Even more aggressive than the previous game. Let's see if we can find it. These could be either easy to hold or damn hard, depending on how you play it. And if you're extra greedy, like it seems like Sebastis is playing more greedy this game than the first game. Like these last two. I would have hated if he changed it up a bit and went 2-gate Twilight at the least. But if he scouts this, he better drop another gate, another 2 gates ASAP at the least. It's gonna be an armory build too, so this is like full NA and on Europe, guys. Are we gonna see some cheeky shit? We are gonna see a tech lab. Are we gonna see the Thor follow up like Dolan? That's my question. Alright, this is actually not bad. He's getting the robo, he's getting the gate. He's doing it on the high ground, but he needs another gate. Stop building. Yeah, he doesn't need to worry about probes as much. You do need some more, but nonetheless, I would rather see him getting into more production. It is going to be... Oh, Thor is here. Widowmine drop coming out. It is exactly the case. And he's going to need an observer. I like that he went right into the robotics facilities quick as he could, considering open blink. It's going to be a while before he has detection. He needs that observer to start ASAP. Problem is he's going to need some information here. Yeah, it's going to be a boys poll with this too as the follow-up after. 100%. 1 Widow mine in each mineral line means not much mining. He's going to need a chrono. This observer, he's recalling the stalker, or the adepts. No, okay, the stalkers. The observer is not going to be chrono boosted because he had to use the recall. He should go down to the low ground. Go down to the low ground. Oh, this Widow Mine's going to get a lot done. The Thor's getting jettisoned over. Here's the boys pull with the Marines. And, oh, no, he's not moving the probes. Why didn't you move the probes? Okay. Well, he cleaned up the high ground and the low ground. It was only 2 workers. That works out. But he's not going to have a lot. You need to go into Big Daddy Immortal. Screw the War Prism, man. Oh, no, he blinks forward, too, on top of this. He really wanted... Yeah, he cancels the War Prism. He goes into Big Daddy Immortal. But, again, this forward-facing pylon shit's for a Hellion wall if you need it. He definitely knew there was one... He didn't know, actually. And it's kind of hard to tell if there's a 1 base. Still, he's getting some good trades on the Marines, at least. Problem is, the Thor, the Medivacs, the SCVs behind it are going to be pretty helpful. More Stalkers warping is going to be nice. He needs to blink forward the lower energy ones, but there's a lot going on here. And, well, that shield battery's just going to be disintegrated. Big Daddy Immortal comes in to help the fight. The SCVs are pulled. The medevac's getting, trying to get taken care of. He's going to try to have to target fire the SCVs. So unfortunately, he lost the battery, but I think this might be a hold as long as we don't have too many mistakes here. We are losing some units. The Marines getting chiseled at. They're in the lower numbers now. The medevac's going to be helpful. The third one's out. Another Thor in production, but you know what? The DPS is starting to stack as the probes are pulled. And this is a beautiful hold from our Protoss player and a cheeky play, a ballsy play from Lord GG. Gotta love this guy. Getting extra cheeky here. The SCVs finally go down but behind it. Still, most of the probes even saved. Another Big Daddy Immortal coming out. It was a little delayed because he had to continue Stalker production, and this one's even still alive. Still the Thors. The other Thor is going to fall. That was Thor number 2. Thor number 3 coming behind it. GG's called Sebastis with a good 2-based hold. What if EU is more NA than NA, Samo? It's not really the case, though, realistically. That is 100% no. In some instances, perhaps, but I would say that's, everybody can agree that's a big NO. Maybe in lower leagues. Certainly not as stuff goes up. It can be, I will say they pull out some pretty spicy builds sometimes. Today, it could be the case. I will say our boys in Vulcan Cup and our girls in Vulcan Cup usually deliver when you think you're on a completely standard series and everything's the same in every matchup. Out of nowhere it comes, unless it's TVZ, then they get try most of the time. I have a feeling that's going to change. I am not afraid of you. Far from it, my friend. It's for memes. I like my U buds. But we gotta run in memes with like Akron. Even Trigger. You know? I'm low-key kind of jealous of Trigger right now, getting to hang out in buds. I never said butts. Alright. John getting weird again, like usual. It's his job. Ay, ay, ay. All right, we're going on to game number 3. We've had some spicy ones. I'm a fan. I hope you guys are a fan. It's not been all the same shit every game. And we had a random player in the first series. Fortunately, going down on game 5 to Moston. Anyway, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Dragon Scales this time. It is Hazard Esports Lord GG coming in with the spicy builds. And his opponent in the bottom right, representing Vengeance Fish in the yellow, it is Sebastis. Random players are based. Yeah, until you're on ladder. I think, like, sometimes... I kind of like the spiciness of no race reveal in tournaments. It's like full Estrella. Estrella does that. I love it. It makes it fun. Scarlet sometimes. Scarlet seems to be more of a random player that will tell the race more often than not. Estrella does it too, but I think it leads to some fun games and tournaments. But when you're on the finals, it's a bold move making a random run. And unfortunately, it didn't work out so well for what's his name? Who was the previous guy? Why am I drawing a blank? Yeah, he was good, but I'm just whatever. Oh, also the player cards. How could I forget this? We're pulling them up again. We got a little probe harass. He's forcing a little bit, but it is going to be a 1 gas build this time. It might actually just be a Reaper expand for game number 4. And there you have it, guys, with the based hamster and the silver adept with the eyes. You know, we'll see. It's going to be a Nexus first. Oh no, actually, it was a core first. Pretty standard game from both of them. This game, that's just fine. It's changing it up a little bit. I'm curious to see what kind of build we get out of Lord GG. It's going to be 3 racks. Are we going to see Stargate this game? Is it going to be aggressive or cheeky? Actually, I have a feeling it might be a proxy Stargate. It's proxy gate, if not. I'm curious to see her. Okay, no. He's just going in to try to get some harass. There is going to be a Marine to guard, though. The Reaper does make its way in. Isn't going to go right in there. The Adept's not quite out just yet. And is going to be rallied to the Nat. That said, the Reaper is going to make his way up into the main base on the Reaper Cliff. All right, Adept is going to go over here, but it's out of position as it goes to the change rally. Still, it's going to be right here. The Reaper getting some massive damage done. Going to the Nat. Okay, it's a canceled shade. I don't hate that, but 2 workers falling is a great catch for this Reaper. Pull the probes! Pull the probes! He could have killed it. Is he going to kill it? Yeah! Oh, 1 probe takes it down. In vengeance for his 2 probe brothers. The other probe falling, I believe, is the other side. Yeah, it was just the 2. So, the other probe was here. Alright, so we're going to get some scouting with that Adept. It's going to be a Robo. Dark Shrine! Alright, so we're going on a 2-base play. He's going DT Archon in a different way. This man's a little bold with his 1 gate. This time it's a more standard opener, so I don't hate this. But a Widow Mine drop here could mean a little interesting stuff from both of them. DT Archon drop, but it's going to be less gates. Still, the War Prism timing should be pretty good. This could catch our Terran player off guard in this situation. Oh, look at this Adept making it into the main. Means this is a scout on what's going on. He knows it's a Widow Mine drop. And he's going to take the Adept, bring it back home. And we should see the War Prism start here pretty soon. Yeah, right away. Not a bad timing from Sebastus, considering everything that happened. A little bits of harass. Another pylon getting done. I like this. Warp gate's completed. We don't have more gateway production, but by the time this comes out, there's at least going to be 2 gates and 2 DTs. Should be anyway. And I like that he's getting gates behind it. So he's not rushing to 3rd base this game. No super fast 3rd from Protoss. But he needs to get damage done and hope there's some Mulin. I think there is going to be some Mulin, guys. It appears to be so. And this could actually work out pretty well for a Protoss player. Needs to go unscouted. But that said, I don't know if that was scouted by the Adept. Depending on this from the pathing. There's no supply depot just yet. 2 DTs are already out. Is he going to take 1 and go to the Nat? No, he's going to... Yeah, he is. All right, I like this. That said, the Adept shading. The Marines are chasing the Adept. That's actually huge. Allowing some time for the DT to go unscouted. The War Prism coming into the main. The other on a follow-up. There is a Liberator coming behind us. What does the Widow Mine drop do? Where is the Widow Mine drop? It's coming in right now after burning in. The DT is getting some huge work. There is going to be a scan available in just a few moments. Just now. But it's only going to be in the main. The Natural getting some work done. 216 workers and more falling. Widow Mine drop pretty successful, but it only gets 5 workers. Is there an armory with this? No, there's no armory. He should... I don't know why he's not attacking with his probes, too. War Prism... Oh, no. Another DT out. Damn, DT's everywhere. 28 workers and more falling. This could just be it, guys. Oh, I actually have the score wrong, too, by the way. It is Sebastus, too. 32 workers fell. There's only 14. Our Terran player is in rough shape. And if he goes down, I think Sebastus just takes it. Nobody corrected me on the score. Hey, welcome, Finesse, and how you doing, Antilles? GG. Well, it looks like we're moving into the finals pretty quickly. It is not going to be a long, drawn-out semifinals. Oh, man. We need to get some stuff straightened out on the PC yet again. I want to troubleshoot and see what's going on, but realistically, we were running smooth as butter. I think what's happened is... I'm going to call a break. In between, guys, as we are in the finals. What up, Mousy? How you doing, buddy? I am calling it. Because I need it. We steamrolled through with no break between anything, really. Little break. They basically almost seemed... They vetoed immediately. We went right in, and there was no hesitation between lobbies. They can deal. I'm sure the players will need one. I'm sure. This is mandatory break. Most of it is in the finals. It is the grand finals. Your boy from CSO. Mostin versus Sebastus. So it's a PvP finals. With the based hamster on Sebastus. I'm going to have to get the player cards ready too. All right. I apologize for that, but shit happens. You gotta take breaks sometimes. I got you, Mousy, too. Welcome, Mousy. Again, thank you guys for hanging out that are hanging around. And this be it. Players are presumably taking a break as well. It is Moston versus Sebastis in the grand finals when it comes up. We be doing some gaming. And where the fuck are the players? Huh? Huh? They're taking a break. It's alright. I call the break. They're still taking a break. I guess we'll hang out for a few. And I gotta remember to make a Team Liquid event for the gang on this. I always say that. I had plenty of time to. Okay, here we go. Gators in. We're going into it. It's not even that late over there, though, is the funny thing. We're approaching 8 p.m. in Central European Standard Time, or whatever the fuck it is. All right, guys, here we are. Boom, 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 boom. The grand finals, the best of 7 this time. In Protoss versus Protoss. Lag here, bear with me. For the Vulcan Cup 2023 Summer EU Finals. Let me get this set. Ah, good. All right, here we are on Royal Blood. I gotta hope I get the right hotkeys too. Anyway, spawning in the upper right corner of Royal Blood, as I said, in the yellow. Give it up for Vengeance Fishes Sebastis. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing CSO Esports in the teal. Give it up for Moston. And here are the player cards. Whoa, what? What? I thought I had this fixed. What the deuce? I thought we were good to go, but apparently not. There we go. Nothing a little moving around can't fix real quick. And read them and weep. These are the stats. They're both pretty even on here. Some little differences. But they're rated pretty evenly, but it's PvP, so I say we'll find out what happens here with Sebastis and Moston. Congrats to you, Mr. Angelus, for getting Masters in Apex, changing up the games a little bit for your mental health, and it's what we should do sometimes. Even Dave. And sometimes the change of games should be a break from games. Lord knows I need it. You missed the cards. I'll bring them up again just for you. Power of Christ compels you. Bam! There you go. We'll have them up for his cheeky little bit of time here. And I gotta say, though, I was hoping for some cheekier cards on these guys, but if they have something... Yeah, they don't have any cool pictures, but, you know, at least they got cards. These two don't have any cool pictures. I like the based hamster. That was pretty cool. The community members, I guess. I don't even know who made the cards, to be honest, Sibajan, but it's the Vulcan Cup community. And still, whoever made them, I think they did a great job on making the cards, though. So it's pretty cool stuff to have them. But I think the NA cards were a little better overall so far from what we saw. Still, maybe they came at the last minute. It's basic. Everything in this tournament's volunteers, so you can't really get too picky here, you know? We're eking by and funding. Guys, please take a look at the Matcherino. If anybody has a few dollar dues, it's !Matcherino. You want to put into the EU 2023 stuff, it would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, we do have a robotics facility. Twilight Council coming down from Moston. So it looks like both players going tech before. I mean, this could work out either way. Tech before Nexus. And it would appear Moston may be going for a proxy after all. Maybe he's going to fake it out. I think he's going for... Nah, he's going for Nexus. And just 3-gate robo. Okay, so it's in-base 3-gate robo from Sebastis. I usually am not the biggest fan of in-base. But still, it can work out. So he's going for a Warp Prism first. Stalkers on the side. Because you're going full sense. You're relying basically on gateway units and obviously mostly Stalkers. But that said, we do have a blink opener. There's no shield battery going down to the net. Oh, and the first shots are fired by Sebastis. Sebastis getting some good work done. But oh, he does lose the first Stalker. That said, it looks like he's going to catch two before. Does he get another shot on the other? He's just going to back off. He likes those trades for the moment. The Warp Prism coming in is going to be pretty good. Oh, the probe right here is going to be able to get in and get a scout. There is a proxy pylon. That being said, yeah, that's a full scout on this. That is not good for Sebastis. So that probe going in is nice. Still, we have some units coming in. The Warp Prism coming in. That was a kill on a cancel. The shield battery, the pylon likely to go down. So that means no low ground reinforcements. I would cancel this Nexus. Beautiful cancel at the last seconds from Moston. He's going into a Dark Shrine behind this. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, you don't see this kind of response to a robo every day. And usually, okay, Sebastis going for a Nexus. Not going for an Observer just yet. It's going to be a while for the Dark Shrine to go down, but this is a bunch of the production from our Teal Protoss player. Still, he's got Blink in a little bit. Oh, the Adept Shade's going to actually be great. Potentially, it's canceled. So the Force Field would be good. The problem is we can't get an Adept wall up real quick. And the Adept is going to be nice for scouting. Blink has completed, and he's going to scout that Dark Shrine, meaning we are going to see an Observer immediately from Sebastis. Sebastis actually going 3-gate robo into an expand, so he's probably going to be in a pretty good spot now. He did a good job on harassing. Nonetheless, Moston with a cool response. He cancels the Dark Shrine. He knows he's been scouted, and he's just getting hammered down on production, trying to do something. He doesn't exactly know what's going on. The army supply of Sebastis is insanely ahead, and I think this one may actually go to Sebastis earlier. Moston's insanely behind now, unfortunately. And that worked out pretty well. Interesting stuff. If that gateway didn't go down, he could have walled off against the Adept. The first one didn't get the shade out of the Dark Shrine, and he was really relying on getting some damage with defensive DTs. But the other way he holds, it's still... I don't know. He needs to secure this base. He's going to be at a huge economic disadvantage and a supply disadvantage. With that said, a Warp Prism's going in for Sebastis. Sebastis doesn't have a Twilight Council, though. That's one thing going for Moston, is he does have his Twilight. He has Blink. He's not able to get into charge just yet. He's got to make do with whatever he's got. Try to find some value on the other side of the map. We don't have Big Daddy Immortal production either. So that is something going good for Moston, actually. Twilight Council just now going down for Sebastis. And Moston's actually catching up on workers. He's doing his best to keep some pressure on. He's going to hope to get some Adept value. The Warp Prism may scout. Okay, he's not going to scout the pylon yet. So that may actually be pretty nice. In a way, if we get some more information on Moston's side, he might be able to time a cheeky Adept timing, do a little Adept multi-prong, or more Adept pressure. He can use them for vision in the meantime. He's trying to hide it out, but these Observers are pretty good. Now, Sebastis is unaware that Dark Shrine was canceled. Oh, awkwardly, the Warp Prism is going to catch these two Adepts, but the Adepts are going to catch the Warp Prism, the second base. Just now completed for Moston. But at the end of the day, the third base is going to be going down for Sebastus. Adepts just retreat back, did they? Let's see. One of the Adepts fell, but that's about it. Oh, no, that was Sebastus's. And we have the Observers out for both. He really wants to catch this one. The Dark Shrine is going to be scouted that it's canceled. I would have liked the charge follow-up here somewhere. Still, it's sticking on Blink Stalker's not bad. We don't have a Forge from either player. Third base is going to be going down. Actually, this is weird. This is actually normalizing out a little bit. For now, I like the Stalkers in position for a drop. He knows there's a Warp Prism out. Do we get a third base? Moston, I wouldn't hate it if he would have cut some production for a minute, even though, because they're pretty even. He is going to go into one. He's just going to be a little behind on it. Is he? No, he's going two base all in, maybe? I think he was in a good spot to do it. There's a Forge going down. And the Observer is going to scout this out. Probe gets a full read on this, and let's see what our Heal Protoss player does. Blink has finished for Sebastus now, too. So things have changed up. The space finishing means battery overcharge will be available. There is one shield battery as well. Alright, now I don't really like the position. Well, there's a lot of sentries, I guess. But with Blink, this makes it kind of interesting. He's going to blink forward, catch one of the Stalkers. He needs to get some good trades. He's trying to get a third base of his own. But +1 on the way is going to be a bit of a problem. The Hallucinated Phoenix could use getting in there to see something. I think he was hoping to get a blink in, but he's not going to be able to do so. He's going to kill one of the pylons. But a scrappy fight ensues. Battery overcharge is not the fight you want to take. The Hallucinated Phoenix goes down. I'm actually confused here. What the fuck's going on, other than the fact that this fight is not going good for Moston. Yeah, I think he got a little too aggressive and too greedy there. Keeping the army back, getting little trades is probably what he wanted to do, but he did a little too aggressive of a blink forward. That's okay. But I don't know. I don't think this is going as well. Okay, his trade's going okay. The problem is he's not in any other tech or any upgrades. There was no Forge, as I said. And still the army supply lead of Sebastus with a +1 coming in is going to be pretty nice. GG is called. Still a good game 1. And we're going to be moving on to game number 2 in just a moment. This is a best of 7 for the grand finals. So we'll see what we get for our next one. So weird. All right, going into game number 2. Game numero dos. Let's see what we get. We shall see what we get. I'm going to change it up regardless of where we keep spawning in the same spots. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oops, wrong. Score, here we are. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales in the teal, representing CSO Esports. It is Moston. And his opponent in the upper left. Oh, what the fuck? It was right before. Give it up for Sebastus in the yellow. Did I actually do it different? No. Yes. Looks like he's going for a possibility of a 1-gate expand or 1-gate Stargate on the low ground. Moston is taking the high ground, going for 2 gates. This is potentially setting yourself up for torture here. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping Moston get some good information. He could still technically go for similar, even though he's going on the high ground. But it looks like he's going for a double gas scout, looking to make sure he's not getting cannon rushed, just in case. Or he's actually going to cheek it out. And now he's going 2-gate. Huh. This probe down here is kind of interesting here. Out of Moston. And we do have, you know, a standard 2-gate expand. But this, there's no scouting information. He's going for a proxy, I think. That's what that probe was for. He's waiting because he knows there's a probe out on the map. It's going to be a proxy Stargate, probably. Which could be okay, but this is a damn early Nexus. So that means he could get in a pretty good defensible position. Stargate's alright, but in the corner of the map, I don't know. Would have preferred something like a 4-gate or a 3-gate robo. In this case, still an Oracle could get good work done. Like, more than likely, it's going to be a Stargate out of Sebastis, is why I'm saying I don't know how much of a fan I am of it. Still, Moston's going to be able to drop that Stargate immediately and is going for a scout. See what happens from here. Yeah, it's going to be a Stargate follow-up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not really the biggest fan of that kind of opener, and that is a damn fast Nexus, though. That was Nexus before Core in PvP, in fact. And if he can get away with that, that just means he's insanely in a good position. It is PvP, though. Yeah, I like Stargate plays on the proxies for these, but when you're up against this build, he doesn't have any scouting information, so Moston was playing blind. He's going to see this all. He's going to be like, oh, shit, that's an early Nexus. And it does put you in a bit of a predicament, to say the least. He should try to get a Nexus at this point, in my opinion, but he already has his Oracle coming out. If he just cuts any production, he may be able to get it at a decent time. Because you can get it at a standard time, more or less, and still be okay. But this is so early of a Nexus, it's kind of rough. Still, Oracle is going to be out pretty soon. We are going to go for an Oracle from Sebastis, too. This could be alright. We don't have a pylon defending this for Moston, though. And he's just now getting his pylon, not any stalkers right there. He's going to go aggress, kill the shield battery. He's putting some pressure on, or trying to. It's going to be a full wall force. Is Sebastis going to cancel this? That's the question. I don't think so. Oracle already on its way into the main base. The shield battery just going down. That Oracle should be able to get some good damage. Target flares, the ones on gas, is going to force a lot of lost mining time. The stalker pressure going to be pretty good, but two stalkers against an Oracle. The Oracle should be in good shape. Does take a lot of hull damage, however. This Oracle, why is he using... Oh, Moston. He could have come back unscathed, and he may actually be able to do so. It's only 2 stalkers. Lots of little bits of harass from Moston's actually going to be pretty good for him for the moment, but he has to be careful of the other Oracle at the same time. He managed to get his shield battery down, going into the Twilight a lot quicker. And all this on just one base. He's going to have his second as well. The 6 workers falling means they're on even workers. And it's going to kind of normalize here. One thing I will say is it's double Oracle from the trades for Moston. Little ballsy move going in the Nat. But he does get 3 more workers. Has to be careful not to lose these Oracles. And it is going to take some pressure. Yeah. Ooh, does catch a few more. Very good job from Moston. That said, oh my god, Sebastis losing the Oracle is kind of rough. And Moston's on his way to blink. Moston's in a way better position this game. With some ballsy play. But still, he made a good call. Like I was saying, getting that Nexus right away at 3 minutes, he really had to get lucky with the Oracle. And he was lucky because there was no Phoenix. Like, basically, you need a Phoenix out to counter that on Sebastis' side. So his greed's going to be punished after all, and Moston's going to be rewarded. Looks like he's maybe setting up for a 3rd base. He's going to go for the one-ahead, stay-ahead, going into the blink a little earlier. Sebastis, in the meantime, getting his Twilight as well. I wouldn't hate some stasis wards instead. He's going to be continually putting pressure on. But that said, it's a little dicey. All right, the Stalker's coming in. Put some pressure on these 2. Oracle is going to force the issue back. Catching 4 more workers. Man, these Oracles have been MVPs. Just taking a little bit of hull damage on one of them. That's it. And the 3rd base is going down for Moston, who's leading in every foreseeable way now. He's even going into a robotics facility. Now we got the Phoenix out for these Oracles. Again, at this time, using them for, like, rev tags would probably be smart. And he has to be careful now with this Phoenix. Blink's going to finish up here eventually. It is not for the moment. The Stalker's coming to save the day in the meantime. Still, there's a bunch of Stalkers for Sebastus, too. I don't know why. He's misreading this. He didn't need to recall. He's actually, the recall cost hull damage and prevented another one. Still, robotic facility coming up is pretty nice with 3 more gates in the blink. The Oracle's in a defensive position as well. And he still leads in the army supply. It's just a bit of a misread. He should be able to defend all these bases. The 3rd base is going to be able to go up. It's just a few and far between in Stalkers. Moston may not have full information on this, but he's done such a good job of cleaning... Oh, look at that. Of cleaning up 15 workers in an Oracle. Shield battery's going to go down, but I don't think it matters. Blink's finished up for him before his opponent, GG, is called. Moston's going to take game 2 as we go on. Digits, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, exactly. I have that warning because if you read it, drug intoxication and excessive tobacco use. I'm now compelled to use that fucking warning pretty much no matter what until I change up my lifestyles. And so far, it's been met with surprisingly, interestingly, positive reactions now. You know? Guys, if you're new here, smash that follow button. It was Moston who won that, so the score is 1-1 Magneth. Moston took that game. All right, guys. Here we are. Oh, man. Yeah, actually, every foreseeable thing in my health is telling me, my body's like kicking me in the nuts going, bruh, you need to quit the smoking shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into game number 3 in this best of 7. You kicked it a year ago? That's good for you, man. And how you doing, Summit 666? I cannot pause spam in a tournament. In fact, we have a referee in here, Gators, doing the ref work. Well, I know that. I mean, Jesus Christ. What do you expect? I'm mid-smoking while talking about that. And I'm not saying it's easy, but you're right. No willpower. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Garess Van, representing Vengeance Fish. Give it up for Sebastus in the yellow. And his opponent clawing his way back in game number 2, representing CSO Esports in the teal. Give it up for Moston. These guys are playing pretty well. I'm not going to lie. Moston, I feel like, played a little... was it Moston or Sebastus who played against the random player? Kinpatch. Kinpatch, that's who it was. He was a pretty cheeky player. A random guy. I think they were just a little thrown off from the random, but ultimately won in game 5. And I believe it was Moston who played him. Yeah, it was Moston. But Moston's showing cleaner form at his PvP. And I think that was exactly it. Sebastus is a pretty solid player as well. I think that Proxy Stargate ended up working out pretty well for Moston in that last game, to say the least. He got tons of damage with those Oracles. And ultimately, the 3rd base and the blink done earlier. Yeah, that was a good time to GG. Sebastus wasn't wasting time on that one. Looks like we're going for a Proxy Stargate from Sebastus this time. Moston's sticking to 2 gates this game, not necessarily expands. Could be an interesting one. It looks like he might just go for an expansion. Yeah, he's dropping his pylon. Or at least 2-gate play. And I like this pylon this time. We got the shield battery available if he need be. Pretty quick if he's scouting something out that's making him think it's Stargate or Proxy Stargate. Actually, it's just a pylon. It's a metagame proxy pylon and scout from Sebastus. So far, this could force some things out of Moston. And it's in such a awkward spot, it's not going to be easy to scout it. Moston isn't buying it so far. He's looking to look for a proxy a bit. He's setting up for his low ground. Moston is calling bullshit, which is interesting. Still, we have yet to see what is going to happen yet just now. This could become a proxy still. The probe's going to hang around here, get more information. That will go down, will it, before it gets a pylon? Yes, it will. There will be no block. I think we're just going to see a Nexus come down. All right. Pylon block attempt was just a scout. And guess what? The probe finds the pylon. He knows it's a metagame proxy pylon. So he should be going into a Nexus. Sebastis with a slight lead. But nothing too crazy here. Actually, as you say that, my cigarette's almost out, but I'm going to put it out. And I'm not going to... Yeah. Mr. Green, what's up? What do proxy Stargate ish? Greenicus. Ultralisk. Yeah, it's alright, it's gonna be Twilight. For Sebastis a little quicker. The mind games kind of worked out, but not too much. Moston did pretty good at reading that. It's a bold move, but somehow he just... I think he knew Sebastis. I'm curious on that one. Guys, bear with me. I need to take something here. What I need is food. Oh, sorry, no obs. No obs. I might need to get my inhaler. Back, I gotta remember to do that. Well, 3 stalkers is less than more stalkers in a century. So Sebastis went out of his way, or most of them went out of his way for a proxy pylon. He's just gonna scout. Most of his... He didn't lose any stalkers, but took a little hull damage and won. A lot of hull damage and won, that's it. Alrighty. Guys, bear with me. I am feeling not good. And my kitty is starving for attention. The little gray one, Mitters. Alright, we do have Blinking +1 on the way. Another gateway coming down. Oh, Mitters, come on. She's bumping all into me. I think it's from all the bullshit I ate yesterday. Alright, stalkers come out. Guys, I will do some ladder after, but I might actually take a break after this for a while, because I think I need to get some food in me and stuff, and I'm not going to rush that shit. I've been overdoing stuff. Very fast third base, or pretty normal time third base, realistically. Sebastis was putting pressure on. We had to blink a little faster. Well, not really, actually. It's checking out for Moston now. He started it afterwards, but I have to both be careful here. Alright, the 2 sentries in line. The Guardian Shield going to help the fight. Blinks completed for both. Okay, that was an okay aggressive blink that time, but it's not going to cause any hull damage. Smoke's going to be dictator in this fight a little. That wasn't the best fight for Moston, but still, it's kind of even. Now we have reinforcements. That's a good thing for Moston, though. He can reinforce here. For Sebastis can't. Moston took a third base of his own. And the trades, yeah, just evening out. Oh boy, we're in a macro game, but anything's possible in PvP. Sebastis already has his robo. Moston's going into one. He has his third base quite earlier, but still, Moston's going to finish up pretty quick. Doesn't mean too much yet. Moston does have the Forge first. Sebastis just now getting his. So we do have a little bit of difference here. A little bit of a possibility of an upgrade advantage now. I might pull my kitty up here, guys. Come here, Mitters. Nope, she doesn't want it. She wants to just rub around me like a little shark and not actually come on. Okay, come on. I'm sorry. There we go. She usually likes to jump on my shoulders, which is damn annoying, like a little bird. And wants me to walk around. But I'm trying to get her just to be like, hey, you can come sit on my lap. Be a normal kitty. Good girl. Nope, she doesn't. She isn't having it. Good girl, Mitters. All right, what do we got going on? Charge, follow up from both, +1 for both. Moston's going to have an advantage for a bit, but he's not really across the map being aggressive. Both players going for a Warp Prism. They're both trying to be aggressive. 3 gates coming down from Moston, and it's really, really even. All right, nice little scout with the Observer from Sebastis, who's going to push out. He does have a little army supply lead, but Moston's going to be able to warp more in. He has defensive shield batteries in each base. Oh, he catch it. Oh, no. Did he kill his own Warp Prism? No, that was not. Okay, never mind. That looked like a Warp Prism. For some reason, when I was looking away, the unit's loss tab was at the wrong time. He does see the other Warp Prism behind it. Charge finishing up in the meantime behind it. Ground weapons actually going to finish up for Sebastis for... Well, no, actually, they've been done for Moston. But the Chargy boy is going to happen in 3 seconds. They're Zealots stabbing in the front line for a moment. But with the charge completed here, we have a chance for a little bit of different damage. And it is going to be the case, both on equal workers. The Warp Prism's still out. He's going to possibly go into charge lots. Nope, more Stalker pressure from Sebastis. And this is a spicy one for sure. 4th base went down behind this, by the way, finishing up for Sebastis. Sebastis played a great macro game with lots of pressure and a little bit of mind games. Moston still putting on a very good game. Sebastis now going to start his upgrades a little faster. Wouldn't hate it for Moston to do it as well. He has no idea that there's a 4th base coming in. Scouts the army position, scouts the warp, and I don't like this Warp Prism right here. Yeah, okay, he is going to get it out of warping mode and try to take something else. We have some... I thought we had charge lots of reinforcing him, but we don't. This is going to be a problem, though, with this 4th base advantage. Oh, nice catch in the Warp Prism from Moston. He's going to be able to come in and get the reinforcements. A 3 base kind of a play is not bad, but at the same time, he's not getting his upgrades. He's forgetting to continue into +2. At the same time, it's something about Moston here is reminding me a little bit of Geralt. In the past, when Geralt was a little younger and a little earlier on, he seemed to miss his upgrades sometimes, but win games in ways that I didn't really see too many players do. You'd be like, oh, there's no way he wins that. They're equal supply and upgrades. And then somehow he just managed to magically pull out units. It kind of feels that way for most, and I can see him being able to pull something off like this. But he looks very committed. He's pulling the boys. What the hell? I thought this was a mistake for a second. It ain't no mistake. The probes are pulled to kind of mess with everything. Now the boys are pulled on both sides. This is all it as it can be. What the deuce? This is a scrappy one. Zealot's just now getting warped in from both of them. Photon cannons in as well. Very strange fight in PvP at the 10-minute mark. When do you see boys pulled? This is crazy. And damn. Oh, Moston was on +2. GG is called. Sebastis takes it. It was a +2 timing. Thank you, Power of Christ. Power of Christ compels you. I don't know how I missed that. He was on 2. He went for a +2 timing attack. But the boys pull was where I thought I was hallucinating. Some wild stuff. Some wild stuff for sure. Now I see what's... Going on to game 3. Sebastis took game 2. Again, best of 5, so we still have more games no matter what. Even if Sebastis was to go on a run. So we're just touching into the mid-game in all these at most, so it's not been long, drawn-out games with boring stuff. Lots of bits of action. That one was a little more standard for an opener, but that got pretty spicy as it went on. Good macro from Sebastis in that ultimately, and some good aggression too. For PvP, that ain't as easy to do. He caught Moston in just a spot where he could secure a lead at most times, even though Moston did have a great upgrade advantage. After all, I was incorrect on what I was saying. Still, we're going on to game number 4 on this best of 7. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern in the yellow. Representing Vengeance Fish, it is Sebastis. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing CSO Esports. Give it up for Moston, our teal Protoss player. Who's down a point? We have potentially 3 more games. We will see what happens on Ancient Cistern. And, yeah. Casterman needs some water. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, we are going for another gate in both sides. It's going to be a 2-gate from both of them in Ancient Cistern. Doesn't mean we're not going to see a 1 base versus 2 base or anything like that. It's going to be a macro game. It's going to be something cheekier. We're going to see build order counters. We'll find out. How you doing, Aelith? Welcome, welcome. Alright, probe's passing by. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Alright, lots of pressure going in either case for a bit, I would imagine. 2-gate. I'm hoping one of these guys gets a little more aggressive here at some point, but I think we might just see a macro game. It's at least going to be 2 bases. I'm calling it. Could be wrong. But they're going for pretty standard timings on scouts, pylons, and everything. Still room for cheekiness. Alright. It's going to be double adept versus double stalker. Possibility of a Stargate from 1, we'll see. But the play is Mostin could get spicy here. Oh, Mostin blocking the probe in. He wants to catch that probe with the adepts is what it is. He's going to time it just right. A little bit of pathing problem over on this side. The Nexus is going to be able to go down first. And, well, it's going to be 4 adepts. Alright, so Mostin's not rushing his Nexus. So Basis may just go for a quick, cheeky Nexus. He is going for a little quicker Nexus. Still, Mostin just going for 1 as well. 4 adept play. Does he change his rally points? Why is he going back here? Fix your rally points? I think he should go full send with the adepts. He is going to do so. Stalker's kind of positioning out to look for things. Fanning away. We're going to have 4, count them, 4 adepts. 6 adepts. What the deuce? Alright, it's not going to be a Stargate. It's going to be 6 adept play. Oh my gosh. I think this was kind of scouted. Yeah, it was scouted. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens.
Hey, who wants to have some fun?
Kamikaze, thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. I'll give it a second because the excessive thing. Guys, make sure you give Kamikaze a follow. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Hello, how you doing, buddy? I know we got the excessive drugs, intoxication or excessive tobacco use thing. Yeah, it's going all right. We're a little tired. 6 adepts versus more stalkers. It's all adepts. He's going into a Twilight Council, probably for resonating glaives, which is fun play sometimes in said matchup, but we'll see what it is else. Otherwise here, I mean. And these adepts are going to keep them busy. See ya, Kamikaze. Guys, can somebody shout out Kamikaze? Make sure you give him a follow. Alright, adept shading over. We'll see what we get done on the other side. Just going to keep pressure on and keeping him busy. This probe is menacingly standing here, not building a pylon, though. Both players building workers. And it's... I would say it's normalizing, but stalkers just do be better. These adepts are not going to find any value. It is going to be blink for Mostin. The adepts are kind of debating Mostin just to build more stalkers. Or Sebastus. I mean, Mostin coming in cool, though. He is finally going to end up shading. He wants to get a lot of worker damage. Is not going to be able to. Well, you know, this is going to go a little unluckily for him. He's going to keep all of them separated out. Not even able to get that last probe there. But it forces a lot of lost mining time on top of it. That's kind of nice. Still, more gates are in production. Still a lot of losses. That's more about mitigating damage and keeping the pressure on. Still, Sebastus is a terrifying army supply. We do have some stalkers and a sentry back on Mostin's side, who's kind of leading economically for a bit, I guess. Just marginally in favor of Sebastus. Adept makes its way in. Nice block yet again. Sebastus is right on top of it, but Mostin finding a worker here and there. The shield batteries. Oh, yeah. Stop this. Alright, it's going to be a proxy Dark Shrine. There is a robotic facility coming down, almost complete from Sebastus. I think he may be aware of what's going on. Still a third base posturing, and Blink being done for Moston is going to be pretty good. He's going to try to take a third. A bold move. He's down on army supply. He should probably be a little patient here. All right, hallucination going to go down. Forcing Moston back. Dark Shrine not done just yet. And we'll see what happens. Blink is on the way for Sebastus. Third base going down for Sebastus. Now Moston could take it if he gets information. He's going to risk it, and it will be rewarded for that risk. That being said, the Observer's coming out, and all the Stalkers are back from Sebastus. So if the DTs are rushed, they'll be shut down. He might be able to get a few cheeky workers. We'll see. And Moston even setting up for probably dropping a pylon. Has a probe down here for a push from the 6 o'clock position. He's taking 12 and is going to warp in 2 DTs. Still, the Observer's out, and they are not going to find anything. If he goes together with this army, that could be pretty nice, but there is no robotic facility for Moston as well, which at that point you need it just to kill the Observers if you're going in for DT play. But he might be able to cheek out a few. All right, he's going to try to push in on here, but it's more versus less. If he gets him out of position, the DTs may be able to find some value. We'll see what happens. All right, yeah, that play is... All right, guys, so here's the play. Forge going down from Sebastus. This is going to be a problem for Moston. But keeping him busy in this side could prevent the DTs from... Or could allow the DTs to go into the main and natural. That said... Yeah, okay, here it is. The fight's going in. DTs do make their way in. One goes in the main, one goes in the natural. And he is going to be able to get some worker damage for sure. Is it going to be enough to be worth it? That's the question. Yeah, it's a lot of lost mining time at least. And with the Stalkers coming in both flanks, he's going to split up the army, maybe allowing a good attack from Moston. Still, 5 workers falling. And yeah, that's a damn lot of lost mining time. DT getting a lot of work done up here. If he got a... he's not going to be able to get that pylon, and it is not going to be able to escape. Still, not the greatest trades, but it was a good job of splitting Sebastus up. Moston going into a robotic facility is not going into a forge. He is leading in our econ, but at the end of the day, the army supply is in favoring Sebastus, and he's going to have an upgrade advantage eventually. Still a better fight taken. That was a beautiful concave from Moston. Certainly traded better than I thought he would. And he's keeping the pressure on, much like Sebastus did in previous games. So this one's pretty cool. Interesting plays. Little bits of damage on workers. The depths, I didn't think that was the call. It forced out a lot of Stalkers earlier. Somehow Moston's making a game of this. He's making the most of it, you could say. Ha! Wah, 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 wah. 4th base attempted to be down right next to the Dark Shrine. Right in the Dark Shrine hole. But the Stalker's going to go into the natural. We'll see what happens from here. DT going into the 3rd base behind this. Really putting some pressure on in different positions. 3, 4. Does he get 5? If you can get 5, 6, 7 workers, it's starting to get a little better, but Moston's forced back. The hallucinated Phoenix is coming. Now he only gets 4 workers. Lots of lost mining time, or little bits of lost mining time, realistically. Using some shield battery energy. And he's coming in from round 2. Neither player going into charge. This guy really hopes to get it at 4th base. And, oh, he's building, canceling. I think he thought he misplaced it. The Observer and the Stalker's coming. Trying to get a DT before this goes. Going to actually do a pretty good job here. The fight's going back on. There's a War Prism with this. And that said, it is going to be in favor of Sebastus for the trade. So the Dark Shrine in trouble here. The Observer's seeing the DT. Do we have any DTs warped in behind this? Mostly going for a 4th base as well. So it's kind of evening out. Losing the DT Shrine is rough. The DT Shrine. The Dark Shrine. Moston going in for +1 just now. He's delayed the +2 right away for Sebastus. Oh, no, I say that. Cast or Curse. He's going right for it. Pretty good stuff. All right, with that said, I really would have liked a charge follow-up with this for Moston, considering he's still in a good spot. Let's take a look at the trades altogether. Certainly, he's lost more on Moston's side, but he did catch so many workers and put an income disadvantage on Sebastus for a while, where I don't hate it. Base going to be finishing a little faster for actually, no. Damn, this is pretty even timed. We got charge coming up like I was hoping for, but being down in upgrades rough. We got Big Daddy Immortal in production. I think we may need to get into Disruptors a little earlier, come to think of it. On most inside. Simply put. Oh, man, look at this. He's getting pylons everywhere. I don't like this pylon, though. It's just for scouting, but, like, that could potentially block a base. Not that he would take that one anytime soon, usually. And the Warp Prism is trying to go in and get some value. What is this? There is 2 Invisible Men. He did manage to get some DTs out. Actually getting a kill on a Stalker with it. There is no Observer here for the moment. Oh, drop the DT, drop the DT. Oh, he loses a DT for nada. He's going to go pressure this 4th base, and it is going to be a kill. Not a cancel. Battery overcharge is activated before the Nexus goes down, though. And Big Daddy Immortal in this fight is going to be a little helpful, but the numbers game, it's looking more superior for Sebastis. Is he going to save Big Daddy Immortal? It's target fired, but oh, he saves it in the nick of time. Another robotics facility going down the Robo Bay comes, another Immortal in production. I would cancel that immediately and build a Disruptor. Why is he building Immortals? You got a Robo Bay. I mean, Immortal's a good unit, but still. He should be going into Disruptors. Yeah, it's more gas. He had it. But Charge is going to finish up for him as well. He might be able to get a flank with it and kind of sandwich in the armory after a blink. Or chase it down. And he's going to go for more Stalkers still. The upgrade advantage is what I'm talking about. But 2 Immortals, and now we're going to have 2 more coming in. They're going to be kind of nice in this fight, to say the least. Still, Sebastis taking a little better trades for the moment. I feel like... Yeah, for sure. He's been trading more efficiently, but at the same time, again, economically, Mostin's been doing a great job at this. He's just now going into +2. Charge is going to finish up for Sebastis. He doesn't have a proxy pylon or a warp prism, so that will be something of a problem for Mostin. All right, the probe is going to scout this. Mostin kind of trapping this army a bit, but he doesn't have the greatest surface area. Okay, I say that. Look at this. There is a warp prism. Can he jump on top of it? No, he can't. I mean, it's a bold move, but the problem is Charge being down and that upgrade advantage is going to be an issue. 7 Zealots warping in for Mostin. Where are they? He's going to go on the other side of them. Yeah, they're in the upper left corner. He's going to go pressure the 4th again. Static defense still live. Big Daddy Immortal helping out here. There's no shield battery. Now here comes Zealots running into the natural while the fight ensues in the 3rd. Probes are forced to be pulled, and there was just a warp in for Mostin, so he's not going to be able to really defend. The shield battery overcharge is activated. He's going to hit the Stalkers. He should be shield... well, he's got a micro of Stalkers and his Immortal over here. Still, nonetheless, he's not actually healing the robotics facility. Again, if he went into Disruptors, I think that would have been a little more helpful. Zoning, if nothing else, would have been great. It's a little too late for that now. I think Mostin might be on his back foot here, as rough as it is. He's gotten work done. He's got Zealots running into bases, but he's going to lose production. He's losing army. He's going to call GG. Sebastis takes game 3, and we're going into game number 5 shortly. How you doing, Anapaya? Oh my god, I really can't stand my computer these days. It'd be all right. Guys, do me a favor, smash that follow button. We're approaching 4,200, the 420 memes. Number of followers. Meow. Meow. Okay, Sebastis needs a break.
Giddy up.
Thanks for the follow. One above Noel. Appreciate it. And guys, now I can shout out Kamikaze too, as well. Again, the Ducklings earlier on with the massive raid. Alright. I'm going to take a moment too. If he is, bear with me. Well, guys, I had a cheeky little turkey sandwich in me. Fiat, what's up? You're proud of your boy, Sebe? Fiat, I didn't even see you. Haha. My man, Mr. Fiat, in the house. The old Legion Cup, Vulcan Cup GOAT. Who's now moved on. Ah! Fuck. He's one of your best friends you met in Starcraft? That's awesome. Fiat, don't you worry. You think old man Dave's been slipping on you? How long ago did I call it that you're gonna get... He's 5 months older than you, so super old? Oh my god, we got a little cuckoo... a cuckoo trigger... You know... Cuckoo goblin kind of thing going on here between you, Fiat. But I think it's awesome. I totally called that Fiat would be destroying it at some point, and look what happened, guys. Look what happened. He broke out. You can thank me that Sebastis is here. You 2-1 Cristiano today? Nice. In World Team League? Or what was going on today? I'm so tired, my friend. You made it? Or is it in OSC? Oh, Sniper Stark. Oh yeah, SSL's going on again. I need to find out. Yeah, follow up on stuff, but yeah. That is good stuff. 2-1 Cristiano. Cristiano hasn't been playing as much these days, but that's impressive. You're Sebas's coach? Nice. I'm going to be getting coaching from Acheron, all right? So I have a competition. My boy Billy Utters is going to get coached by Slipjip. You know Slipjip, Fiat. And you know Acheron. NA guys, you know. But Acheron coaching for Dave. And the competition is going to be a casted event with Billy Utters and I. It's going to be the race for Masters. You don't know Slipjip? He's a GM Terran player from NA. He's a really young kid too. He's like 16 now at most. Just now. He's been GM for a bit. Anyway, this is at high stakes here, guys. Gotta fix the score. I forgot the cards of the last game, too. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Neo Humanity. He is the potential series taker and the tournament taker. Get it up for Sebastis from Vengeance Fish. I almost said the V word that, you know, that Gamer Rich uses a lot. And his opponent in the bottom right, representing CSO Esports, the underdog. He needs 3 games to win it. Not the underdog, but, you know, it's actually in terms of the standings, yes. It is Mostin. And take a look at these lovely player cards. Unfortunately, we don't have any cool photos, cool graphics for their faces. We got Protoss symbols that reads like lame, but it's still pretty good. And this is potentially match point for Sebastis. Take a look at these guys. Oops. Your old team, true. Alrighty. I would love to see Fiat starting to change it up. Fiat, we need to get you KSL replays, kid. I want you to start watching Dark and Solar. Particularly Dark. I would love to see a European player really start to model Dark and break out of stuff. We actually had a lot of Zergs in KSL last night. I shit you not. It was basically almost every Zerg. Pretty much was every Zerg in the Korean pro scene. And then some. Including Mio, even from Vietnam, but... No way in hell. Yeah, Dark's too good at the late game. Yeah, not only Dark can play like Dark. I agree with that. But you gotta admit, Dark is pretty fucking... He's a bit of a Chad. He's shit at late game? Well, it depends on the matchup. When he goes there, he's pretty good at it. Depends. It depends how he's feeling. That's the deceiving thing in Dark. Yeah, I don't understand where you're going with that. He doesn't play necessarily a standard game when he gets there. I think there's few and far between that are as good as Spellcaster control as Dark. That's all I'm saying. That would be what I would give him as a player. As much as he's a cheeky, aggressive player, he's also a pretty well-rounded player. It's not random shit though. That's the thing. If you know Dark, all of the builds he does are actually builds. He's done them so many times. I mean, if you look back historically in GSLs and everything, yeah, they're actually calculated builds. Where it may seem random, it's not the same, you know, the same stuff. My point is, I would love to see European players, particularly Zergs, starting to go in that style. Cyril's been breaking out a little bit. I was actually proud of my boy Cyril this year. And well, obviously Gumiho, but Cyril, changing it up a little. Like, I've always hoped he would, and I had a weird feeling he was going to do that this last tournament. He played pretty goddamn well in ESL Masters Summer for sure. All right, it's gonna be double stalker opener from Moston. Sabis going for a Twilight, so he looks like he's going for a blink opener. This 2-gate blink. Both players playing a pretty standard macro game. Yeah, you have to. It depends on where we're at with him. But yeah, it's usually the games don't always go to late games by, but for sure. I got a little sidetracked here, but that's all right. Fiat, we gotta hang out again like the old days. Yeah, it's a different way of looking at the game. It's not like Korean Starcraft is a definitely magical thing. Because when you're playing it, especially with Koreans and the Korean servers, there's a lot of different stuff, and they all have different stylistic plays. We saw some wild shit last night. Hero debated... Not just Hero, there's a lot of stuff, but Hero actually didn't do the Hero build opener, which, you know, he breaks away from. He did some different spice on it, but he actually went into 2 Stargate Tempest, which was fucking wild. Definitely cost him a game, but still, it was some funny shit. Nobody was expecting that. And, yeah, then this game, though, we're approaching the finals. I gotta talk about it. I figured I'd get some banter in here, because that's what we like. But we actually had Hero coming in with the 3... Hero's been crushing it on KSL, at least. It's usually when there's less Terrans, where we had wild stuff. Estrella getting into the top of 8 again. We even had Demaga play. Guys, just so you know, Demaga is a Chad. Demaga got up at like 4 in the morning, was drinking coffee, and played in the Korean Starcraft League. Tell me that's not... What a fucking legend, right? Shout out to Demaga, the fucking GOAT, for endurance. Usually Nicarak's the one on that, but like, that is insane. I was so shocked to see Demaga in KSL, and I was hoping he'd make it to the round of 8 for a surprise plot twist, my boy Demaga. Fiat's young, you know. I still have socks older than Fiat. I love the shit out of Fiat, he knows that, but he knows I've said that many times. You can't fault the young lad for being young, you know. But he, you know. Oh boy, Sibajan using other language stuff. I don't know, man. I don't speak German, bruh. Roddy confirmed way better German sayer than Dave. Poor Fiat, are you gonna get a complex now? You're like, I'm never coming into Dave's stream again. He's gonna flame me for not watching Dark. Well, listen, I have to do some Protoss study. I'm gonna get my coaching, but god damn it, I'm gonna be watching Lambo videos. I'm so at a point, I think I need a mental break and take some time off StarCraft. But I will tell you, I might go back to the days of playing some Zerg. I'm gonna probably put a couple weeks in. I might, if I ease up on streaming, I might actually try hard. I've been watching some cheeky strats. And it's time for Dave to push up on the Zerg too. Everybody's gonna be like, you're a damn traitor, but I've done it before. And I've just been seeing some things. some of it did feel natural once I got the swing of it, but I'm so out of it now. It's my... I do meme too much, but even if they're cheeses, Lambo Guide's good shit. Ooh. Yeah. Exactly. Alright, anyway, this is a 4 base from Sebase. This again going for an economic advantage. We're just now going into a forge for Moston. I'm worried for Moston. Again, if he loses this game, it means Sebase just takes it. Still, Moston's played really well. There's been a lot of really clean games, a lot of unfortunate stuff too. I didn't like that Adept game so much. But either way, I digress. He's a strong player. He's kind of in a... he's going for a 4th. This time, I like that he's going for a 4th as well. It's going to be quite later. But not too bad, actually. It's more about the decisions he makes. He's going into charge. All right, if he's going into charge, he's going to get some work done with charge. Most to get some good Adept pressure. Is going to get into the main, but there's a battery over there. Only catches a few workers. Maybe just getting under Sebase's skin. These guys have played... In my opinion, they played a little over their level. Like, unexpectedly, because sometimes we get some really scrappy games with some really bad mistakes, but both of them had pretty solid stuff, and Moston did, in fairness, have to play against a random player. Oh, boy. And here we go. Let's see here. Stalkers and probes out in the map. So the base, this is just trying to get scouts. This is going to confirm there is a 4th base. He's going in for a Dark Shine. We got photon cannons coming from Moston. Not a bad play. Charge is slowly starting up here. It finishes pretty quick, though, for Sebastis. Let's take a look. There's a robotics facility for both. We don't see a warp prism coming from Moston. We do have one. Wait, actually, let me take a look. Yeah, we do have one from Sebastis on the way. So it looks like he's going to be the aggressor. Again, Moston down on upgrades. It's going to be +1 versus +2, but right now it's plus... Oh, no, it's +1 versus +1. It's going to be a +2 power spike for Sebastis, who's leading an army supply a little, but there is reinforcements available for warping from our Teal Protoss player. Actually, some good fights going on. Ground weapons +2 kicking in the midst of this, though. It's kind of rough. The aggressive blink may be a bit of a problem for Sebastis, or for Moston, rather. Sebastis is actually taking the lesser fight, even with the upgrade advantage. For now it's evening out, though. Moston has to be careful. And DT's coming in, getting 13 workers. Oh, Moston. Our boy Moston getting picked apart here. Still, he has that 4th base. He could catch up on workers, but it's 82 workers to 57. PvP, it's kind of rough to get that high worker count on there and still keep things going if the army supplies get tighter, because your opponent's going to have an advantage if they have lower workers and they have somewhat of an economy. With that said, I like that Moston's trying to go into double forge, but he needs to keep holding. He needs to win the fight. He's going to have that cheeky +1 armor upgrade advantage for a bit, which will buy times kind of equalizing some of it, considering it's mostly Stalker Wars. He's going into a Temple Archives. The DT again coming in. Will the photon cannon make it in time? The DT is going to be able to cheek in here. Oh, nice body block with the Blink Stalkers. Still, the Warp Prism's coming in, so more reinforcements coming. The Dark Templar is gonna not go down. Okay, now it is. Probes fighting a DT. Probes pulled into the mix. It's 13 to 59. 11. Oh my god, I think Sebastis may actually just take it. Sebastis hard flexing here. GG, well played, congrats. What a man, Moston showing the class. It's Sebastis takes it. Before we go, let's take a look at the... wrong cards. There we go. Let's take a look at the player cards again. I think we need to give Sebastis a few more points. Vulcan Cup admins. And there you have it. Sebastis takes it in a 4-1 in the best of 7 finals. Very good stuff. Love to see it. Fiat's all stoked. His boy made it in. Moston put up a hell of a series. Made a hell of a run in a 5-game series after. I love how I don't have a say in it. Oh man, is this all smoke? I'm curious. Let's see, guys. Is that smoke? Who wants the call, or is that light? I think that's light. Probably a little smoke, but I'm thinking that's light. I gotta figure out my shit more. We're seeing if we want a player interview here, and these guys get me every time off guard. Your boy one Aelith. Guys, we need more follow buttons here. Rather not. Moston or Sebastis is deciding he doesn't want to. And, yeah. Can't follow twice? Yeah, no, that would be cheating. That would be cheating. Wait, did I manage to get unfollows on this? This is hilarious. That's how it always works. It's great. Good job, Dave. I think I've had more unfollows than follows in Twitch. It's pretty interesting. And thank you guys, everybody. Guys, do me a favor. Anybody got a few dollar dues wanted to contribute? Maturino. You're unfollowed, you're unmodded. Sibajon. Let me just go through and look at 4,600 something, or 4,100 something. I don't know, I said 600. And the interview is declined. I'm gonna probably smash that ladder button for a bit. Good job. Good job. Might fire up my oven first. So the VOD won't be immediately available. Sorry, guys. It's going to take some time. I know everybody wants to look at their stuff. But we're going to be continuing on. I may have some kind of cheeky stuff coming up planned after. Maybe we'll sneak in a little something. Maybe we'll do an NA tournament. Well, actually, no. Now that I think about it, some of the boys and girls are out too. All right, there was good games there. I'm going to change it up. What do you guys think? I'm going to change my servers now. So, congrats to Sebastis. Thank you, Judgment. I'm doing my best from being tired. We are going on to a little cheeky bit of ladder. I could take a break for a while. I don't have to rush into it. You know what? I'll do that. I'll get the VOD for... What do you guys think? Should I just continue on to a regular Dave stream? But if I need a break, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take a break. Guys, Aaron Anek is doing Chat Star League. And he's wearing a cowboy hat. Aaron Anek, who casted with me. You said fuck it? Yeah, I'm saying fuck it. Guys, I'll be back later, more than likely. I might check in with my girlfriend after. I was feeling a little rough. I'm sure I will be tomorrow, and I got a lot to figure out. Let's go to Aaron Anek. See ya, Captain Newbie. See ya, everybody. See ya, Power of Christ compels you. We're going to raid Aaron Anek. Come back later for some shenanigans. I might do some other tournament, too. I got to say, I put some money into stuff. Congrats, Sebastis. Yeah, I'm going to put your VOD up in a little bit. Bear with me. It will be on YouTube shortly thereafter. I was going to break up the series, but we're just going to do one Vulcan Cup semis and finals VOD. So that will be on my YouTube too, guys. There's Aaron Anek. Do me a favor. Oh, bloody hell. At Air Air Knack TV. My boy using the comp. Fuck me. Aaron Knack. Ah. All right, everybody, hang around for the raid. Thanks again to One Above Noel for the follow, Kamikaze for the raid, Sky Sorry, Keisho, the Cranky Ducklings with a huge raid, and everybody for watching. I'll be back later. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Have a good one, guys. I'll be back later again for some ladder, some memory, maybe some Kirktown. We'll see.